hopefully we got sound going. Okay, I can hear myself, so that's a good sign. Okay. So we got stuff going on. Alright, I do not know how to edit my volume controls in OBS, so hopefully it's not too bad. Okay, chat's working. Okay, so we'll go with that until anybody jumps in. Oh yeah, let me send a message to my buddy. I told him I was going to stream. Okay, so this is going to be Castlevania Symphony of the Night. This is the normal PlayStation version. I am playing via PS3. So, it's going to have the original audio versus if you're used to the newer Requiem, which is available on the newer consoles, that has the newer voice acting from the remake from PSP, and of course on the new consoles. So there will be differences there. I am going to show some casual strategies that if you're playing for the first time and want to be able to try out some nifty things. I'm not going to show too advanced of things, but enough to get through. I'm going to start from the beginning. I do have a already cleared file, so there is slight differences. You can start with codes. I'm not going to do that. One difference with a clear file already, once you get to the shop, it will have everything unlocked. And there's one enemy that his drop only happens once you have a clear. So that will be a thing as well if I do get it. But we will start from the beginning. Also, you can move the loading screen around, which is very fun with the D-pad. Of course, you start off with Richter, double tap direction your face, right. Also, a little spinning of the whip. Hold down the whip button, then you can twirl it around and do fancy stuff. Super jump is available for Richter, just doing down and up and jump. Super jump, which is an attack move. If you aim it right, you can automatically break that. Cancel it. So it'll give you 5 every time you do it. And just for fun, show off the upper part. This will show off some equipment you get later in the game. Big rock. Right here. And dark. Firebrand. Dark refresh. And shield. Power of Siren. So you can farm. There's no time limit. As many hearts as you want. Plenty of hearts to grab.
Die, monster! You don't belong in this world!
It was not by my hand that I'm once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. Have at you!
Okay, I love this. I did not time that very well. If you time that right, you can actually take him clear down. You're allowed to run in there. That was my favorite. Those you cannot pull up. You can't dodge them. Time it right, you can jump the fireballs as well. There's 2 health bars. Once you get the first one down, you will switch forms. Now, right there is where you can start your special. You can't put you during this phase as well. You want to kind of try and get rid of all your parts, because that will give you the item to start.
No! It cannot be!
Okay, I'll go ahead and read this for you. It was Richter Belmont, the legendary vampire hunter, who succeeded finally ending the menace of Count Dracula, Lord of the Vampires, who had been brought back from the grave by the dark priest Shaft. However, one night, 4 years later, under the glare of a full moon, Richter mysteriously vanished. With no idea where to begin their search, Maria Renard set out to look for him. It was then that fate intervened. Castlevania, the Castle of Dracula, which was rumored to appear once every century, suddenly materialized from out of the mist, as if to show her the way. Meanwhile, powerful forces were struggling to find soul in a man named Alucard. The very same Alucard who teamed up with Trevor Belmont to battle his immortal father, Count Tempest Dracula. Alucard, in order to purge the world of his own curse, submerged his vampiric powers and entered into what was supposed to be an eternal summer. But now he is awake and aware of the evil presence again at work in his homeland. Time once again has come for the force of good and evil to engage in the ancient battle. Dracula's castle beckons for you, and no man shall say a word victorious. Depending on how well you do in the fight, your stats can be altered. If you take no damage, I believe you get even more health. I took a little bit of damage, so not as high as I could be. But for beating the fight and using all your hearts, I believe that gives you the heart refresh. Either that or it gives you the neutron bomb. But doing different things, I think if you get so many hearts in the prologue, gives you the heart refresh, and I think using all the hearts gives you a neutron bomb or something. But either way, trying to do those kind of things during the prologue does help you. But this is the equipment you do start off with. There are glitches you could do to keep the equipment. I will not be doing that this run, but just to showcase what you do get. So as you can see, very powerful equipment. You can hit everything and kill it practically in one hit in the starting area, which is very good. Also, with the Alucard sword, you do have a special, which if you do down the way you're facing, and then the button in which the weapon is in, which is, for this case, is square, a teleport and attack. It does a double slash. Doesn't use very much damage. You can pretty much spam this as much as you can. As you can see, the card switch can swing very fast. That's why it's my honestly, there is another variant. Not as powerful, but it does have the benefit if you learn all of them. Gives you the luck boost, which I will be using later. Okay, so the game is a little bit loud. Not as familiar. I'm using Stream Elements with OBS right now, and it's got different controls. Ooh, audio mixing. Aha. Desktop audio. Hopefully that helps. Okay, so hopefully that makes a difference. Actually, let's go back to that. If I up this a little bit, maybe cut that down a little bit. Oh, that might be too low. Might have done too much. Okay, hopefully that's better. I might have put it up too much. There's a bit of a time delay, so I messed with it a little bit, so... I think that might be good from what I'm hearing on my end. Maybe. Okay.
Alucard, what is your business here?
I've come to put an end to this.
Still befriending mortals. I'll not ask you to return to our side, but I demand you cease your attack.
I will not.
You shall regret those words. We will meet again. What?
Okay, so we just got mugged. So now all we have is those extra items that we got from the prologue, plus the turkey and pot roast that you get from those secret little spots that I went by. Alright, get back in the zone. Here we go. Okay, so first skeleton. Nope. Wow, that was bad. That was horrible. But to show how to fight them easy, if you go in for a punch, then I did it again. But if you do quickly triangle after, you can backdash. I was doing badly there. But yeah, all right, let's do a save. I'll get in the zone eventually here. Alright. Okay, first relic. Cube is out. That will make all the candles in the castle now drop items. Mainly hearts, sub-weapons, money. Oh, wow. My controller is... Oh, I know exactly what I'm doing. I am looking at the wrong screen with the delay on it. Actually, my controls are not as responsible for the backdashing. Okay. It helps if I look at the right screen for what I'm doing, though. There we go. Now we're doing better than I'm actually looking at the correct screen. Okay, now we got a shield. Shields are very good in this game. A lot of people underrate them, but very helpful. And I will show that off as it becomes relevant. You have two secret areas here that are helpful. Drop down here. You do not take fall damage unless there are spikes, so don't worry about falls. Unless you're not sure if there's spikes, but there's not too many areas that'll have spikes. Alright, so I'll give us some more hearts to utilize. We'll be doing a lot better once we get a quicker weapon. There we go. Which these spikes here, you can hit the buttons to turn those off. You can actually use that to push and levitate that. Speaking of shield, projectiles get blocked by a shield, so you can just sit here and block his axes all day. And you can kneel with it as well if he throws it low. Keep that in mind. Don't run into his axe like I did. You can also destroy those axes by attacking them. Cloth cape. Another thing. Armor. We don't have a headpiece or accessory yet. Yeah, if this is your first time and playing casually and running into stuff like I've been doing, the more equipment the better. By the way, the little water droplets are poison, so do not let them hit you. It does not do damage per se. The initial hit will, but the poison's effect actually weakens your attack. So, not good to be doing lower damage. These guys actually give pretty decent experience if you want to keep going in and out of the room to reset the room. Will make them respawn, and you can actually farm a couple levels pretty easily with them. If you find the first boss, which is coming up to be too hard. I used to do that early on when I was not very good at the game. So that is an option. Also, all the candles will respawn. So if you want to build up your hearts, you can do that as well. This is the first sub-weapon that I like to grab. We actually did pass up the knife sub-weapon, which the knife takes one heart, throws straight across the screen, does a little bit of damage, but the axe takes a couple more hearts. I forget exactly how many, but you throw it up at an arch, which is very helpful. So I'll show that off in a moment. Here's the first boss, Slugra and Gaibon. Slugra is the bird, Gaibon is the bat there. You get close enough, then they aggro. As soon as you hit the bird, he kind of flies up through the air, and Gaibon will normally pick him up as long as he's close enough and in the air. If he's on the ground, he will not. Oop, I did not turn around quick enough. Your shield is actually very good in this fight, because all the fireballs can be blocked as long as the shield is what touches it. A good tactic is just to kneel and slash as much as possible. It's usually easier to take out Slugra first. Oop. Nope. Yeah, and Gaibon, as you can see, will transform into his red form and shoot bigger fireballs. Come here. Okay, and that takes care of them. Also, you can start using spells early on if you want. If you're casually, it's a little bit harder to do some of the inputs, but I'll show off a few spells. That is Summon Spirit. That's one of the easier spells. That is left, right, up, down. Yeah, left, right, up, down, then square or circle. Now, that's assuming you are facing to the right. If you're facing to the left, you're going to flip-flop your left and right. So you do right, left, up, down, and then square. That does a mist. It does kind of home in a little bit. It's not super reliable, but that is an easy one to use against them to help. Doesn't take a lot of NP either. Which, how much NP did that use? 5. And starting off, you normally have about 20 to 30 MP depending. I leveled up again, so I have 44 now. So your MP does build quite rapidly, which is nice. You can also do the Hellfire move, which does fireballs. So you got one form, which does 3. Or if you hold up when you cast it, after it's done, you'll do the big fireballs, which those go through enemies and deal a lot more damage. That one does 15 MP. So it's a little bit different for the combo. You're going to do up, down, and then whatever direction you're facing, you're do a downward angle, and then the way you're facing with square. So just flip it to the other angle if you're facing left instead. Also, when you do this, you can move until it comes back and change which way you're facing. So you can actually teleport through enemies, which is nice. And it costs the same amount of MP no matter which version you do. The Hellfire, like the normal, which is the 3 fireball, which as soon as it hits an enemy, it will go away. Or the Dark Hellfire, which goes through enemies, which is the 2 large fireballs. The other spells, I know a few more, but the ones that I can do now, I'm not as good at remembering and doing the pattern as well, so we'll show those off later on. So you get your first headgear there, sunglasses, helps a little bit. Now, we do have more than one weapon. We also have the Red Rust, which is a two-handed weapon, so it doesn't let you use a shield at the same time. So I would not recommend it. I'd recommend using the short sword plus the shield, so you can block, especially if you're doing casual. Plus the Red Rust has a chance of where it'll get stuck and you won't actually be able to attack. And as we got to this room, you hit this switch, it fires the cannon, so you can pick up the Blizzard, which is a knife. I like it. We'll probably use that in a minute, but this connects here where this was. You can get to here sooner, it's a little bit harder. Basically, there is a button there. Whenever that red skeleton steps on it, it'll raise it. If you kill him at the right moment so he falls on it, you can get the elevator to bring you up to grab the knife, but I just wait till I get around. The first boss isn't too bad to take out, and you can grab it after. So I generally like to have fast attacking weapons, so I am going to use the Blizzard. It's just as strong as the, or no, it's actually 1 point weaker than the short sword, but attacks a lot faster. So we'll go back around. So as you can see, I can hit the button really quick and attack multiple times, especially in the air. Whereas most of the swords is like one slash in the air that'll let you do. And showing off on him, take him out really quick. Another thing you can do is push and hold the button. You'll kind of block with it. I would not recommend doing that as a block. It will kind of help for if it's spot on, but yeah, it's not a very good block. But it looks cool. And this is where the knife sub-weapon is if you want it to show it off. Quick little throw. So, and the weapons will drop as you pick one up. You can only keep one on hand. Eventually it will despawn, so just keep an eye on that. You'll hear that little noise when you pick one up. And be careful if you already put that down and accidentally put it back up. I've accidentally run into those spikes many times. Not paying attention. Main thing is be patient, pay attention. Because most people taking damage is just not paying attention. I mean, there will be damage for most people until you learn all their attacks and how close you can get. And the more you play, the more you get used to how you move. Alucard has pretty good movement, very flowy. I love the shadow effect of him. So, the more you use it, better. And with faster weapons, I can backdash a lot easier now. Like, see, a lot easier with faster weapons. Bloody Zombie. Bloody Zombie is one of my favorite enemies. Is, you know, he just dies very bloody. It's very great. Oh, hello, welcome everybody. Playing some Castlevania here. Hello, how was your stream? Playing some Castlevania Symphony of the Night here. Matter of fact, let's show this off. Oh, thank you for the gifted sub. Nice. Definitely appreciate it. Oops. Now I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing here. Okay, so that spell I just did. Oh, this is another sub-weapon real quick. Throws the diamond, it ricochets off stuff. I don't like it much. But Dark Metamorphosis is the spell I just cast, so when you hit enemies that bleed everywhere, like the Bloody Zombie, as long as you're facing them, they will squirt blood at you if they're a bloody enemy, and you'll heal off that, which is very nice. So, very fun. Very useful, but you do have to learn what enemies actually bleed. And as soon as I get this room clear, I can see a little bit better. There we go. But very fun. Castlevania, very fun, yes. And my goal for this stream tonight is to do a full playthrough and kind of show off some more of the casual strategies for people trying to get into this one. Yeah, I have a bit of a delay. I don't know why everything's kind of going slow for the delay. I don't know. Yeah, so there are some glitches that I'm going to show off as I get to them. I'm not going to show the real advanced ones. This will be kind of like if a person's playing for the first time, trying to beat the game initially. So I'm not using the ones that you have to have beaten the game first to do. Little flea man here. This is the flea man. He bounces around. Very annoying. Him and the little Medusa heads are the most annoying.
Wait a moment. You seem human, and yet, what do you here?
I've come to destroy this castle.
Then we have the same purpose. I'll trust you for now. I'm Maria. Who are you?
Alucard.
Not the talkative type, I can see. Well, perhaps we'll meet again. If you live that long. Farewell.
And I'm also going to be showing off all the cutscenes. That way, if anybody hasn't seen Story before, you can see it. For anybody who's joining now, basically, this is Castlevania, where you basically go after Dracula to stop him. In this one, you're playing as Alucard, who is Dracula's son. So that's a bit interesting. That one? Nope, that's the diamond again. So far, basically, we've gotten to the castle. We know the previous person to take out Dracula is named Richter, and he vanished. So Maria is the one that's looking for him. And as you can see, we just met her for the first time. We did show up. We had cool gear at first, but Death showed up and mugged us, basically. So that's why we don't have very good equipment and having to find stuff. This candle here has the stopwatch that I just grabbed. Very good sub weapon. It takes a lot of hearts, but it's 20 for each time you use it, but it stops time for about 4 seconds. This one here had the Holy Book. It summons a book to basically hit everything around you, which is pretty nice, but we're going to be keeping the stopwatch for a while, because it can do very good things. Also, skeletons, with their bones, you can block it with the shield. Make sure it doesn't actually hit you in the head, though. The other guy who throws his bones straight, very easy to block his. I find it very funny. This is the only candle, I think, in the game that they forgot to fully spawn in, so it's always empty right there. I have played this game a lot. I would say this is one of my favorite games, so you've probably seen me play this a lot. Oh, this is another enemy that, bleeds. Oh. There we go. Alright. You can attack them and get life back. There's actually, I believe, 2 or 3 of these in the hallway. Very easy. If you just keep slashing at it, it will constantly back up and very easy to take out. Just don't be careless and run into the fireball like I did. And I don't think you can block with that fireball. Come on, do it again. Oh, I ran into it. Do another fireball. I need this for science. You can block it. Okay. Yeah, just watch out it doesn't walk on you. Fun thing, you can actually jump on its back and walk along it. But if you attack the humanoid top, it does not do damage. And for the rose, you have to attack it at the top. If you do not kill it quick enough, it will open and shoot little like pollen spores that will poison you. And at first, it does shoot little skulls. They do turn you into stone. So try and avoid those if you can. You can block those with the shield as well. Oh, hello. How was your raid? Welcome. I got both my sister and the Umi here tonight. Alright, grab this. Now, if you want a beef up in your stats, there's some good equipment down here. This guy, I believe, is the Armor Lord. If you cast spells from afar, a lot easier to take him out than fighting him head on. The fire is very deadly. Come on, little summon spirit. Of course you go for the other one. Alright. While you're casting a spell, you're slightly invincible, so you can take advantage of that. Got your weapon from Golbez? That's good. There we go. The good news, as soon as you kill him, he stays gone. So you can come in here freely. All that for an empty room. Or is it? Break this. Get a free pot roast. And we're just gonna stand here for a second. This is a secret here. I don't think you technically have to tap down. I'm just used to it. But if you wait long enough, there's a secret elevator here. So you get a free weapon and a free armor. And the reason why we do that, because you cannot come from this way, because it's blocked by this gate. You have to be Mistform to get back here. But we can get out of here. So you can grab this early for better armor. So if we put that on, so that gives us more defense. Every point helps early on. Plus it makes it so you don't turn into stone if you get hit by stuff that likes to do that kind of thing. And the Jewel Knuckles is actually a powerful punch, but I like to stab things. But you know what? Yeah, we'll use that. Just do some more damage. It'll help us take out the next boss quicker. Alright, more hearts. So, Umi, you got your weapon from Golbez. Did Ren happen to get his, or just you for tonight? There we go. 2 hits. Those guys normally take a lot more hits to take out. So. Okay, so we'll go here. You outrolled Abby on the last run. Nice. Alright, second boss. And it's ourselves. So, he's going to be able to throw knives, and has a sword that does decent range. There's his knife. You can block the knives with your shield if you want. The easiest way to take him out is that sub-weapon that we grabbed. It literally pauses him. So I can just murder him. So if you want to do this as easy as you can, that sub-weapon. Otherwise, jumping and attacking him in the air is your best bet if you're not using that. And that is one of the main reasons why we grabbed the stopwatch, to take him out easy. So now we got Gladius, better sword. So actually we are going to switch to that. There are some spear soldiers up here that, of course, using spear and have range, so we need to be able to hit them with a little bit of range. Come on, get closer. There you go. Because, yeah, you can't really get close with the punching very easily. Yeah, they can occasionally drop the X sub-weapon. I'm going to grab that just so it updates the bestiary, possibly. I think as long as it drops, technically it's okay, but I pick it up just in case. Those guys, they do shoot, and you can't actually block them with your shield for the bullets, which is interesting. Very helpful later on. I think this is the Sword Lord, and the other one's the Armor Lord. Ow. They do good damage, so be careful. Okay, and these are the Medusa heads. They float around and annoy you. The blue ones will not turn you to stone. The yellow ones will. Definitely watch out for them. But since we have the mirror armor now, we will not get turned to stone. We still will take damage from it, as you can see. But if I did not have it on, it would turn me to stone. So this route that I am doing, you could do a lot different of a route, but I'm choosing this route on purpose to save a little bit of time and also show a couple of nice glitches that you can take advantage of. So Soul of Wolf, most people after this would go into the library and go to that. We're not going to be doing that though. We're going to be grabbing other relics and coming back to library later actually. Alright, good night Dave. And I'm running into stuff, not paying attention. White man, each weapon look like little bit head on a stick. Nice. And I ran the wrong way. Okay. Let's pay attention now. Alright. Wolf form. Okay, you can also do a run with him. Just double tap in the direction you want to go. That'll help you clear jumps a little bit easier instead of bumping your head. Alright, so this is the first teleport room you can actually get to, which we're going to be going to. So, to tell all the teleport rooms apart, you have the animals that are up top. This one's the scorpion by the outer wall. We're going to do this. You just push up to use it. Now you're at the horse. This is at the beginning of the castle. You come out, and then you can actually unlock the pathway, because it's blocked normally. And you get a heart max up for doing it. Alright, now we can come back and forth freely. And a little bit of a difference now, you have bloody zombies over here at the beginning, instead of the skeletons. So we're going to save, get our health back. Alright, so pretty much now we're going to work our way back to the clock. It'd actually probably be quicker to go backward. Yeah, we'll do that, instead of running all the way through the beginning again. It's a little bit quicker, I believe, going through the other way. And as you saw, those bloody zombies can actually drop that blizzard knife that I got earlier. So, if you're lucky enough to get it to drop before you find it, you can have that earlier and be able to stab things. Lots of fun. Okay. There we go. And now that we have the elevator unlocked, you can actually go inside, push down, and drop. Do like how he yells as he falls. Very fun. Alright, takes care of that. And since we have the wolf form, do a little run, hop over, gives an extra little life max up. Okay, there is a trick where you can do to get this now with the wolf form. It involves doing a very precise jump. You have to do like a run and jump. If you hold up, you can do a bigger jump, but it's got to be very precise. You got to do it like during like screen transition, and that's kind of hard, so I can't do it very well myself, so I'm going to show you the way I like to do to get that later. We'll be back for that later. The reason why I'm not going to the library now, we can do a money glitch. So that's what we're going to be doing, so I can show off that. That way it makes it a lot easier to buy everything. And if you're doing a second playthrough, you can buy the duplicator, which will make everything a lot easier. Which will do that. Even though your first playthrough you won't be able to buy the duplicator, you can still do the money glitch and buy things in order to get lots of potions and different things and make it easier. So that way you can also know how to do it for your next playthrough. To the clock, I'll be able to show off why I decided to keep the stopwatch, because there is a reason why I've held on to it. Shouldn't be too much longer. Yeah, as you can see, I do a lot of jump slashes. That way you can constantly continue to keep moving. And I'm messing up. I'm messing up again. There you go. But you can, once you get used to the game more, you can do that a lot more and not have to stop and everything like that. Just patience and practice. I have partial, as you can see, me running into things. But the more I play, the more I get into the groove again. Okay, so this is the clock. If you use the stopwatch here, it'll make the statue on the right go away, which is what we're going to do. Quickly, you're going to jump in the air, quickly turn into a wolf, and I messed this up. I totally messed it up. Hold on. Let's do this again. And do that, jump, turn into a wolf, turn back. Wow, why is this not responding very well? There we go. Alright, so what I did there, you use the stopwatch to move the statue, quickly jump up, turn to a wolf, turn back quickly, and then you want to do a jump kick. Normally you can't do a jump kick at this point. I'm doing this here so I don't accidentally fall. But after the wolf form, it'll let you do a jump kick. So you're going to hold down and the way you're facing, so like left, and jump, therefore you'll jump into the candle, ricochet off, then you can hop up like I did. Otherwise you wouldn't be able to get up into here until later with double jump. So this is where you find the a la carte equipment. There's the shield, the armor, and the sword. So if I put on all three, if you see my luck in the left side there, it's at 10. Once I put everything on, I will get a plus 30. Which I'm going to do that. Even though I could be wearing this armor, gives me more defense plus block stone. I like having the extra luck. Plus the a la carte sword swings just as fast as the a la carte sword, just not as strong. And it does not have its special to do the teleport. But I can slash a lot quicker. So that's what I like. So I'm going to be using that. That is why I kept the stopwatch. And for the other side, I'm going to do the same thing. Oh, I was facing the wrong way. If you mess up and ricochet, just aim to the other side. Only downside, sometimes the statue's in the way. This is on a timer. I don't remember exactly how long it is, but it will eventually move back again. Sometimes going in and out of the room might help it along, I think. Or that could just be mental. I don't know. Well, you can also refill your hearts here. Each one of these is worth 5, so that's a good thing you can do. So we're going to do that until I'm full, or when the wolf, or the statue moves. I'd be grabbing both of these, I suppose. Oh, I'm full. Okay. We will wait for this to go. Meantime, if anybody has questions, feel free to ask. Another nifty little thing is when you stop, you have different positionings. Oh, I should reset it. Okay. Let's face this way. There we go. Alright. The more practice you do, the better that can be. But what I was about to show is your standing positions. If you hold up, you can do like a little pose. If you do that on like a corner piece, you're on a different position, and you can go up and hold your keep, which is kind of cool. There we go. Anyway, continue on. This leads us to a different area. This is Orlox's quarters. Oops. Okay, I'm a little bit weaker than I normally used to. Normally I can take them out in one hit. But if you rush them and attack them, you can take them out before they hit you with the boomerangs. So schmancy. Yes. If you come up here to the right, this is actually a breakable wall. Get some free loot. Cheese, onyx, and the broadsword. Actually, the onyx might be good enough to sell. We'll go with the garnet just in case. But if you go quickly enough, you can avoid him. If you're too slow, those things will start hitting you. Also, if you don't have the stopwatch, that is another spot for the stopwatch. If you use the stopwatch, it will pause him in place so you can break everything. The main big sword is what you have to kill. So if you want to fight it, go for it. If you're not very strong, I recommend avoiding it. If you go down, there's just a save. That way you don't have to do fancy tricks to get back up here. Okay, so this is the Colosseum. There's a lot of strong monsters and different things here. I recommend going the route that I'm about to, because if you choose different routes, you'll run into different creatures, and some of them are very annoying to take care of. Our goal is to get to the other side of this gate and get that. That is a form of mist. That is our objective. So up here, we're going to run into more of these little blade skeletons. Then you also have this blade skeleton. Ow. Ow. Okay. He takes a lot more hits. Be careful. He's very fast and very jumpy. There we go. Come on. Oh, he actually jumped through the wall. Okay, you can see everything. He can do damage, so I used to avoid him sometimes. Later on, you get stronger. You can kick their butts. Alright. So now that we're on this side... Oh, I missed that jump. And I missed that jump. Okay. Yep, another Armor Lord down there. So this unlocks another shortcut. Make sure you open this. Better shield if you are not using the a la carte set. You can use that. There's a save room here. I would use this, because then we're going to go take out the next boss, which is going to be the Werewolf and Minotaur. Oh, make sure you hit the button. So, if you want a really good way to fight, you could go in this room. It's a very dangerous room. It has two of those Armor Lords in there, and lots of skeletons, and the bone muskets, they will shoot you. Shield is your friend. It will block the bullets, but you have to be just very cautious and take your time through there. Honestly, the best solution, if you did do the prologue and get the neutron bomb, go in there and kill the little skeletons until you can see the Armor Lord. Use that, blow him up. If it doesn't fully kill him, attack like crazy. Hopefully he dies. And try and rush through the room to the next one. And just be very careful. Take your time. We'll show that off. Actually, yeah, we can do that now. Yeah. Well, actually, let's sword until I... Okay, so we're going to do sword first so we can kill a couple of skeletons first. Oh. As you can see, they're doing lots of damage with their bullets. Ow. This is not a good way to show this off, but... Oh, that did not kill him. Okay. Actually, yeah, if you haven't leveled very much, don't go in that room. If you rush it and you've leveled a few times, I've been rushing and not... So, Yeah, that room could be very dangerous. Oh well, so no fancy stuff for me. Okay, so in that room, why I say if you want to go in there, it gets you the shield rod, which is very good. We'll come back and when we're stronger and kill them. That, and I probably could use the stopwatch, would have helped me, but oh well. Okay, you have a good night.
Who are you? Open hell's gate. Come forth, my servants.
The scent of your blood. You're a Belmont.
Crush this flea who invades my castle.
Okay, so if you rush the Minotaur, ow, you can sometimes get him to flinch. Oh, we are not doing good. Okay. Did I get a potion? Nope, but I have pot roast. Okay. So, whenever you use food, you have to use it, and it will drop to the ground, and then you have to walk into it to actually eat it, to actually get the heal. Ooh, that was close. Ooh, he actually killed me. Yep, Richter. Okay, so first death. So this game can be hard if you are not being careful like I was. And the more you do it, the better you get. The stronger you are, the easier. Yep, we'll do this better in just a moment. Alright, there we go. As you can see, I have a lot of save files there. I play this a lot. And this is my PS3, so it has a lot of saves on there. I also own the original PlayStation version and have many memory cards devoted to Castlevania. I also have the Rec Room version, which is for PS4, which I have multiple saves on there. I also have it on PSP. I have it on my computer. I played this game a lot. Death counter? Could be in the works, for next stream, maybe.
Who are you?
Something I gotta make.
Open hell's gate. Come forth.
Oh, since I have a clear file, I can skip the cutscene since I just saw it. Okay, I'll definitely take that. Ow! I am almost dead already. Okay, I need food, pot roast, help. Oh, no, and I ran right into it and lost half that health. Ow. Okay. Please die, please die. Okay, one down. Okay, I ran into that. More pot roast. Alright. Please don't run into it. There we go. Oh god, he is hitting me hard. Okay, so playing casually, I would recommend going around leveling up and not rushing everything like I'm doing right now. There we go. Got him. Okay. Second try. We're alright.
I'm certain that was a Belmont. So he says he's the lord of this castle.
There we go. And full life again. Alright, now we're good. Yeah, we'll eventually do the death counter. I forget how to do it, but we'll figure it out. Alright, so if you hop over that little button there, you can grab this without needing to worry about falling. If you hit this, this unlocks the elevator. And once you come back, the elevator will now be here. You wait long enough, it'll come up. And you can use it to go up and down. Or you can fall. Doesn't matter. I could have grabbed this earlier, but didn't think about it. So, grabbing it now. Better cape. Nice thing about this game, the capes actually change color. So that is a nice thing. So I now have a red cape. Very fancy. Come here, elevator. Alright. So, with some of the tactics for the glitch, some people would head back to the library now, which you could use that library card. We're not going to do that. We're actually going to go continue on into the castle. We're going to go get our next relic, which will be the leap stone. And then we'll come back through and grab the teleport that's near here. I probably should have grabbed it earlier, but I didn't. So, actually let's save just in case I mess up, since I've been careless. Teleporters are very important, so you can save time. So, doing it this way, I haven't seen... Oops. Too many of the speedrunners show that you could do it this way, because a lot of people aren't good at doing... there's a jump glitch, or... I don't know if I'd really consider it, well, kind of sort of glitch that you can do to get up to the upper parts of the library now with just the wolf in the mist. That is something I'm not very good at, and it's a lot more, you have to be very precise with it. So I thought of this route. You can continue on and get the leap stone now, and then go back to the library. Therefore, it'll make it a lot easier. Yep. Focus on jumping. Okay, you want to get up here pretty far, then jump to the other side. It's always good to attack in the air, because those birds are evil. You know what? Ouch. Oh, when you get hit with the blood cape on, you get hearts back, which is nice. That's why you saw a heart pop out of me when I got hit. Since I have the stopwatch, I can stop it. Oh, and if you do that on her, you can kill her. If not, she will start moving and stabbing you. These blue birds, they just stay there for you to kill them, which is nice. The black crows, those are the ones you gotta watch out for. They like to hit you. Okay, some potions, armor. Now that is better armor, so if you want, you can switch. I'm doing it kind of hard right now, using the luck set, which is not very defensive, but gives me a chance of getting more drops and critical hits. You know what? I don't actually need the stopwatch anymore, so get rid of that. Oh, right. Still can't jump that high. Here's the book. This is the holy ashes. You throw it on the ground. Whatever it touches, it burns with holy power. You know, I could have kept that stopwatch to keep those crows at bay. Oh well. Too late. Zircon. So those rings I've been picking up are actually sellable. They don't actually do anything to your stats. That's why I haven't equipped them. I haven't actually found an accessory that is helpful yet. Okay, here's our next boss fight. Hippogriff. If you don't break those eggs, they will hatch into little birds that will come after you. Always good to kneel and attack, because occasionally it will start breathing fire at you, like that. And this is basically the strategy. If you have axes, I recommend throwing it while it's in the air. You can also throw ashes at it and do a little bit more damage, but not too hard of a boss. Just don't run into it and don't let the little birds hatch. Okay, normally there would be a cutscene here, but since we went out of order, going to the Colosseum and beating the werewolf first, it will skip the cutscene. Normally you would have Maria pop up and basically say, oh, you're strong, you can fight, and interesting, and she asks you about Richter Belmont, and you're like, oh, I know Belmont. he's thinking of Trevor, which he was in the third Castlevania game, because Alucard is half vampire, and actually fought alongside Richter's ancestor, Trevor Belmont. So you're supposed to have this cutscene first, then later go see Richter in the middle. So if you do this, you will lose out on a cutscene. If you do want to see the full story, I should have the regular playthrough up on my YouTube channel. So if you join the Discord, or check on my Twitch, it should have the link for my YouTube, and I should have my playthroughs there, which I've actually done the Sega Saturn version, which has some differences as well. And I believe I have a randomizer up on my YouTube. If not, we will soon. I'll do another randomizer run sometime soon. I think I recorded one, but I don't remember. And I did do a PS4 run through partially. I don't think I uploaded that to YouTube though. But eventually we will show off the PS4 version again and do a stream of that. I'm going to be redoing some of the videos that I've done. That is our next relic we're going after. That is the Leap Stone. It will allow us to double jump. What did we just get? Diamond? Better than the ashes. So you can ricochet this through the hallway pretty good. There we go. As you can see, lots of slashes with the Alucard sword. That's why I like to use it. Okay, if you go to the right there, that is where the teleport is. We'll be unlocking that after I grab the Leap Stone here. And then go back to the center and get the teleport that I should have activated earlier and didn't. You will get a lot of flea riders, the little flea men on the birds. Just jump and attack whenever you hear them flapping in the wind. Normally, as soon as you hear the flapping, you'll hit them. Or if you wait long enough, you'll see where they're coming from. There's a lot of them, so be cautious. Alright, so now we got double jump. Grab the turquoise here. You can also break this. Get another turkey. Turkey's good. And there's a lot of food items in the games, potions, and eventually you can get items in order to get all the food. So if you like to collect everything, don't worry about using your food. You can get those food items back, even if it's not a food item that normally drops from an enemy. There are items called the meal tickets that, if you use them, can give you food. So the more meal tickets you have, the more you can get other items. So this is the lion. This gets you to the top of the castle. Here's what the map looks like. It will be blue for everywhere you explored. Red dots are your save rooms. The yellows are your teleports. If you buy any of the maps, you'll have like a gray, and that will show you other rooms of the map. It will not show you the secret rooms, though. So that's what we're looking at right now. We're actually going to go back towards the middle and unlock the other teleport there, and then we'll go to the library again. So if you did this route, I'd recommend hitting the teleport I'm about to go to first, and then once you get here and unlock that teleport, just teleport to the library. If you don't really care about the teleports, as soon as you beat the werewolf and get the mist form, or actually no, I would still recommend coming here and get the leap stone for my route. But as soon as you get the leap stone, you could use the library card there and teleport to the library quicker, but I would save the library card and just go to the teleport since it's that close. So eventually I'll probably redo this stream and hopefully play it a lot better, but at least this can be a partial tutorial. And show off this part of the castle that doesn't get shown very much, so. That, as you can see with the luck stat, I actually got a drop from the javelin skeletons there. which they drop a Javelin, which is a one-time use item that does okay-ish damage. So if you wanted those to attack from a distance, you could farm them. If you're using the luck set like I am, it makes it a lot easier. Ooh, and they also drop ham and eggs, which is a food item. So if you want to level up and train, those are ways to do it. There we go. Ooh, that dropped the ring. Yeah, so if you kill enough of those crows, they can drop the aquamarine, which is a sellable ring. And that candlelight hit always gives you $250. So it's a good way to farm money if you're doing this normal and not going to do the money glitch like I'm going to be. Also, that room that has the shield rod in it has a candle that always drops 1,000. That is the best way to farm money up normally. Oh, this is another sub-weapon, lightning gun. It goes very short. If it hits something, it'll do a lightning bolt to them, which is pretty cool. Wait a minute. I want the safe room. We're going to wait on getting the shield rod. Since we're going to be doing the money glitch, I will buy stuff and go in there and just blow everything up. If I can jump. Okay. Which later on we'll come back through. Possibly. No, I'm going to try and go through this quickly, so I won't show off the whole castle. But some of those other routes have a lot of the Axe Lords, and there's ones called the Valhalla Knights. They're on horseback and run through, and they hit pretty hard. So we're not going that route. And this route has a bunch of the Phantom Swords. That's why I didn't come through here. Now we're a little bit stronger. They're not too bad. Just be cautious. Don't get too close. Slash and get rid of her. Okay. That's right. I have double jump. I can do this easier now. Okay. Alright. We're almost to the teleport. So remember this room with the big sword? Yeah, if you go up and to the right, that'll lead us to where we need to go. Ouch. As you can see, those hurt. That was just from one touch. Alright. These guys get close, and you can constantly slash till they die. This guy, he's more annoying. Wait for him to attack, then you can double jump over him. Otherwise, he does lots of damage. Those swords hit hard. I recommend dodging him until you're stronger to kill him easier later. If you don't have double jump, it's really hard to jump over him, and even just touching him will do a good amount of damage. So center of the castle is the goat. So we're gonna go till we get to the scorpion. Alright, so now we're at Scorpion. So now we're back at the outer wall. Oh, a nice feature, when you're in the outer wall, you have a chance of the weather being different. Normally it's clear skies like we were last time. Occasionally, like it is now, it'll be raining, and occasionally it can be foggy out, and there'll be a bunch of mist all over the screen, which is pretty cool. So the more times you come out here, the more you can see possible different weather changes. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go down and grab that vase from down here. If you have double jump, a lot easier. That gives us the garnet. So we have a lot of sellable rings now. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. You're getting there. That. Alright, so this is the door to the long library. Now, some of the candles in here will drop uncursed potions, but you're here. Every time you come through here, if you break that, that'll always be an uncursed potion. And there's also another one that'll do that right up here to the right. And the good thing to get those, because if you touch these ghosts here, they will curse you. If you are cursed, you will not be able to attack until it wears off or until you use that uncursed potion. And it lasts for probably about 10 seconds, so it is pretty annoying. So the more you run through here, the more enemies can spawn. You have these books. It takes them a minute to come out, and then you can attack them. You gotta watch out for the floor, because you can get these thorn bushes. And there are more up here. Oops. A nice thing with this sword, if you constantly hit the button as you are attacking in the air, you can actually get multiple hits, which is good. And there are 3 books. These are actually different ones. They're magic tomes instead of spell books. They take a little bit more to kill. That's why I did my holy book to deal some more damage while I slash like crazy. And we just got another relic, which is the magic tome. It tells us what the names of all of the enemies are. I'm going to turn that off so it doesn't block part of the screen. But if you want to learn all the enemy names and have that show up, that's where you get that. That was a critical hit. There we go. Yeah, so if you were doing the other glitch, you would actually be using that book and doing some shenanigans and do jump kicks off of it, all that. We're going to do this the easy way. So we're going to double jump up here and go this route. And we are going to fight the next boss, which is the demon. And we're going to get bat form so we can just fly up there. So that is actually where the fairy card familiar relic is, which you need to perform the glitch to get lots of money. And you want to do all this before you go to the librarian. If you go to the librarian and not do this, you will lose out on the glitch. Yeah, kill those flea armors. If not, they're very quick and the axes will hurt a lot. And then make sure you keep attacking because you gotta kill the flea man that breaks out of it. So in here will be the demon. Now, if you want to get all the enemies in the game, you have to be patient in this fight. He is the only one that will summon another enemy called the Mudman. It's the only spot he appears. If you do not kill him now, he will not show up for your bestiary. So hit the demon once and just wait, which will show that off. Ow. It's good to be ducking the whole time. That is his summoning thing. And this is the Mudman. Hit him, he's really easy to kill. He can also summon the ghosts that can curse you. He will summon skeletons, but just keep waiting until he does at least one Mudman and kill it. After that, go crazy. Using axes here is really good. It does not let you hurt him while he's summoning, but as soon as he's not, you can hit him. He does eventually come down to the ground, but jump attacks are really good. If you want him to slow down a little bit, the more enemies that are out, the more time you'll have in between attacks to do damage. Wow, he's really not wanting to come down. I'm getting rid of these ghosts. I do not want to be cursed. There we go. And that is a demon. Not too bad. There's actually a weapon at the top of this area that you can get to make that fight easier. It's the Holy Rod. I will show that off here in a moment. If you don't feel confident taking him out like I did, we'll show that off in a minute. Oh, I just got the stopwatch again. I don't need that. So that is another spot for the stopwatch if you want it. Another sword, take me issue, you get an onyx, and Frankfurter, which is a food. Now, right now, the mist form, when I use it, that's as long as it lasts, so be very quick on doing that. Now I have Soul of Bat, so I can now turn into the bat form, which we'll be using that in just in a second. So So when you do that, you can fly. Both Mist form, Wolf, and Bat do take magic the longer you're in it. Right now, the Mist form, you cannot stay in it very long until you get another relic later. Bat does not use up a lot of MP, so you can fly around pretty decently to avoid enemies and stuff. It's a very good way to explore, also to fill out the map and everything, which I'm doing that to avoid some enemies here and get through a little bit quicker instead of jumping everywhere. Although, be careful of those flea men. They will hop around and try and slash you. Yep. So you can see that was a good 18 damage for one hit. Also, nifty little thing, there are some chairs inside the game that you can go and sit at, which is kind of nice. But you can break this candle, get your free stone mask. It is a better headpiece. If you push against the bookcase long enough, get you in this room. This is where the Holy Rod is. It does swing a little bit slower, which I'll show that off. It is a decent speed, but it does holy damage. It does a lot more to the demon. Also, this is one of the weapons that has a special. If you do back and then forward an attack, you'll do a more stronger strike, and it has bigger hit radius, which is pretty cool. Also, the Blizzard that I did earlier actually has that same move. Not the holy part and the bigger range, but it has a more of a short sword swing instead of doing the stab. So if you want to do a little bit more damage from one strike, you could. It's just forward, back, and then attack. I did that by accident one time. For the longest time, I had no idea the Blizzard actually had an extra attack to it. It's there. Alright, so now we have our forms. We can now easily get to the fairy card here in a moment. This is a room you want to slash like crazy. If not, you can get comboed through here and loaded. So be patient. Use a quick weapon if you are scared and slash away. Even with me having experience, I am still clumsy. I still use fast weapons through that room. Alright, so now let's go up here. Flying makes this easy. Now we're up here, we don't have to do any fancy jumping techniques. And this gets us the anti-venom for poison, a regular potion, and the fairy relic card. Do not turn it on yet for this glitch to work, because how this glitch works is when you first get a familiar and bring them out, if you wait, they normally have an intro, which you want to utilize that to the glitch for some reason. If you have that happen and then shift rooms, you can access your menu while you're in the shop. So you want to get in this position right about here, and then as soon as she starts talking, we are going to backdash into the room, and during the cutscene when you first talk to the librarian, you'll be able to get into the menu, which we will take advantage of. Alright, if you mess up, reload your save. That's... Alright, so let's do that. Okay, so see, I can get into my menu. So we're going to go to sell. It's now allowing me to get into my menu. Now it thinks that I have these to sell, but if I go in and equip while I'm in the menu, we're going to do... I should have paid attention. I believe the Onyx was the more expensive one. No, actually the Garnet is. Alright, so what we're going to do is unclip those. So we're going to clip the Garnet. And why not? We'll do the Garnet. So I'm still in there. It's still allowing me to sell it, but technically it's clipped in my inventory. So now if I sell it...
Thank you.
And what was the other one I did? The Aquamarine.
Thank you.
And then go back. And go back
I'm
in it.
interested in this.
Since I sold it, it now goes into a negative number, which is 255. So now what I do is just go up until I get lots of money, and then I can sell it, and I will still have a bunch. So basically what we did, since the memory is set up a certain way, it goes after 99, you're going negative, so you actually get 255 of them. So you could even sell more than 99, as you can see. The only thing to be careful of, max money is 999,999. So you do not sell more than that. So we can up this to, let's see how high. Okay, so about 995, which is, do that, and after that, we still have 56 more to sell later, and I duplicated the Aquamarine. I could go through and do this with the rest of them, but you will not need any more than that. So this is how you do that glitch. And if you are on a new playthrough, you could actually use all the money to buy all the tactics if you want. And it's enough money to buy everything in the shop. Well, at least one of everything. So for ours, we are going to buy the duplicator. So if you want to be able to take advantage and use the duplicator on your second playthrough, it takes so long to earn it normally. This is an easy way so you can have fun and play through it. For now, we're going to buy a couple of things. Buy a better cape. I'm not going to buy armor. I am going to buy the Iron Shield. Iron Shield is very useful. I recommend this on any playthrough. Get the Iron Shield plus the Shield Rod. Does one of the easiest spells and very powerful spells, which I'll show that off in a little while once I go grab the Shield Rod. I'm going to buy... I only need like a couple of those. Once you have the duplicator and have a clip, you can use any one-time use item as much as you want. So, buy a couple of the one-time use stuff. If you're on a new file, you might not have all these available. Whatever ones are available, you can buy, use to get through. Just save some money for the duplicator. Once you beat the game on your first playthrough, it will unlock the duplicator. So you can still use that on your first playthrough, but not until you beat the game normally. We're going to buy a couple elixirs. Elixirs restore all your health, which are really good. Mana prisms, fill up your MP. Jewel of Open now. So now we can get through the whole... there are some doors that have blue ores around them, which you need that relic in order to get through. That is why we went through the Colosseum, because to go the intended route, you need that to go a different route. So now we can get through it.
Farewell for now.
So for me, I don't like using the fairy because she will use your items. Even if you have the duplicator on, it will use them up. The duplicator does not work for her to use your items as much as you want. So if you don't want to lose all your items, turn the fairy off. Otherwise, you have to keep restocking your potions and other things that she uses up. But that is how you do the money glitch. And now I will show off just beating the game now. We'll show getting the shield rod. I'll show that spell. That is a very powerful spell I recommend. If you are not good at fighting, it's the easiest way to take out bosses, even the endgame bosses. It is very overpowered and very easy to perform. Let's see. Nope, not that one. Okay. Oh. Yep, now I'm cursed, so anytime I try to attack, it's going to do that now. There is a way to upgrade the wolf so it deals more damage when running. That is relic. I believe it's either the power of the wolf or skill of the wolf. Which, if you look through my other playthroughs, that'll show where those are and everything. I'm probably just going to play kind of quickly and beat the game. Another night we'll do another full playthrough. For this, since I had to work today, we're going to do a shorter stream and just go and beat the game. Alright, so we'll go back to Coliseum and show off the shield rod. Okay, so as you remember, it is the goat is the one that's in the middle close to the Coliseum. Okay, so since we're going to the Coliseum, to make this easy, we're going to put on the duplicator. 20, 24. Ring of Pails are not bad. They give you a little bit of each of the stats. The bad thing is the duplicator negates a lot of your stats. That's why my defense is dropped to 0. So this would only give me a little bit of attack. That's also why I bought gauntlets, so I can just get some extra attack while I'm using the duplicator. Let's put on the stone mask for some extra defense. And let's see, what's our strongest throwing weapon? We got the Flame Star from 113, Cross Section 83, Buffalo Stars 103, and 63 for Shuriken. So we're going to do the Flame Star. In case we get hit and almost die, we're going to do elixirs. So if you do the duplicator, this is one of the easiest things you can do from the get-go with buying things on the second playthrough and be able to basically just run through and kill everything and not have to worry about it. And then for bosses, if you get the shield rod, which we'll do shortly, it is the other way. As you can see, a couple stars, he is now dead. Now, the Flame Star does stop when it hits anything, so if there's any candles in the way, keep that in mind. Especially if you don't have the duplicator, make sure you aim and hit the actual thing you want it to. If you have the duplicator, throw them like crazy and don't worry about it. Actually, yeah, we'll keep that. Rather have that than the book. The book was actually a little bit better. Whatever. Okay, so we'll cut through this way. And with the duplicator, you don't have to go slow like I was. You could actually throw like 3 of these at a time. You could be throwing like crazy. So, as you can see, that horse thing just hit me for 38. That is why I didn't come through this way. But if I have these stars, it cuts through them pretty well. Welcome back. We now have the duplicator. I can throw ninja stars as much as I want to murder everything. Which I'm about to go get the shield rod so I can murder more things. Ow. As you can see, there's a lot of gunmen. And that last candle I just got, $1,000. And now we have the shield rod. So now that I was being evil and using the duplicators, I can be not as evil and use the shield rod. Because you can get this without using that cheat that I just did. And we're going to put on the shield rod, or gauntlets. Actually, let's put on these. Extra defense. Don't need as much attack. Okay. So now, if you train hard enough, you can fight through this hallway without using cheap tactics. It's just hard. Be patient. Use your shield. But the shield rod is kind of slow. It does have a forward, or a back forward and attack. It does this little guy. He's actually a tiny shield that blocks projectiles, but you can see he is small. It's actually a reference from a game. I forget which game. I think it's like Gradius or something like that. But the nice thing about the shield rod, clip a shield. If you use the iron shield, this is one of the attack-based shields that you can use with the shield rod. You hit both buttons at the same time for your attack and shield, and it will do the spell. It summons that knight, and you check swords across the screen. Anything that touches those swords, and that's both of those swords, gets hit for a lot of damage. And it only takes about, I think it's about 10% of your MP, so you could use this many times. And on bosses, it will just shred through them. So, very good. Definitely recommend it. And that is how I'm going to take out the rest of the bosses until I beat it. And the nice thing about this shield too, if you block projectiles, it does this neat little like lightning effect, which is really cool. Which we'll probably eventually be able to show that off, possibly. Depends how many enemies I run into that have that. Alright. Missed. Okay, so if you want to beat the game quickly, next order of business, we need to go fight Orlox. We went through part of his quarters. We need to actually go up into the major area of his. Which, with that, we need the bat like we have. Okay, we'll show off how good this guy is. And boom, it is dead. Very good. Alright, we'll cut through these guys. And some of these stronger enemies like this, be a little bit cautious. Make sure it does enough damage to actually kill them. If not, you might need to do it again. There we go. Because sometimes it just doesn't deal enough damage, so be careful. Because those guys have a good bit of health. Same with bosses. Bosses, you're most likely going to have to do it 2-3 times, depending on what level you are. Now, you could go back to the clock and get the gravity boots and go through here with the super jumps. I'm not going to go grab that because I'm just being more quick with flying through the bat. You could stop and grab those. Those are some one-time use items. I believe it's like a strength potion, an elixir, and a couple other things. But I'm not going to worry about that. And be careful, this is one of the rooms that has spikes on the ceiling. So do not jump into them. They do a lot of damage. So don't do it. There's a free weapon there. It's a sword. That is a sword that is a two-handed and it makes you dash forward. So try it out. See if you like it. It does do decent damage. But at this point, if you're wanting to do things easy, I recommend the combo that I'm already doing, which is the shield rod plus iron shield. Now, you do have to have one of the forms in order to get through this, because you can't fit through. So you can do the bat. You can even turn into the wolf and do a little hop over it. The mist doesn't let you move far enough to get through, I don't think. Nope. Matter of fact, it makes you get stuck. So move out and get out. Once you have the form of mist, so you can be in the mist longer, you can float all the way through it. But in here is Orlox. This is another room that has a chair that you can sit in. This is actually part of the banner I like to use. I love this room. Looks very fancy, and being able to sit in a fancy table with all the candles everywhere. The only downside is you fight in this room and break everything. The nice thing is Orlox is also taking a nice sit. But he does this little spiel and then gets up. So you can start casting, do lots of damage. You can beat the bats. You can also hit the skulls up there. It's good to be kneeling. That way you don't run into his spells like that. If he does this, do not be where they are, because those will do big blasts. They do lots of damage. And he has a second form. So keep it going. Alright. Since I was rushing, I did not go and have full magic. So we are going to use a quick mana prism. Because normally you would have enough MP to do this without having to refill. I rushed and used magic for flying. I didn't stop at the save room beforehand. And I clipped the wrong shield. Hold on. Iron shield. Alright. Close enough so you can see him. Yeah. And don't worry about the little fireballs. The swords will block and break them. So you can just spam it. Worst in between, hold your shield up to block those fireballs. As you can see, not really much trouble when using that combo. And with that, more health. Every boss pretty much gives you a life max up. And if you want to play hard, don't grab them. If you do leave the room and come back, I don't think they stay there. So if you definitely want them, grab them before you leave. So playing casually, this relic here is kind of somewhat... I would recommend it if you are good and know the game very well. You can beat the game without it. It's kind of somewhat optional. But for anybody playing casual and is not very good at navigating pitch black rooms, you want that. That is Echo the Bat. That lets us use this little sonar. And in a pitch black room, you'll be able to actually see what's going on. As we need that to get Spike Breaker armor, which will be used to get one of the keys. Well, technically it's a ring. You need 2 rings in order to get into the secret room in the clock, which will give us holy glasses in order to get the better ending, which beat the game properly. There is 2 ways to beat the game. Fighting Richter and defeating him, or saving him, because he's actually being controlled and corrupted by Shaft, who was mentioned in the prologue. Oh, right. I don't have double jump, or space jump. Or not space jump. Super jump. I play a lot of Metroid too, so space jump is a thing. Alright. Alright, do the long jump down here. So glad there's no fall damage. There we go. Once we get up a couple more levels, we'll probably be able to take him out in one blast. Another thing, wherever you summon him, you can actually shift the screen. So you can kind of like go forward and back to keep the enemy in the right spot to keep touching those swords. The more they touch the swords, the more damage they take. Also the position, say I summon it here and I jump, it'll hit the higher part of the screen. So I could always summon it on the low part of the screen, like down here. It only hit the bottom half, but if I jump, you know, it'll get higher and stuff. Or if you jump up and do it mid-air, it'll hit more of the high part of the screen. So that's another thing to consider. Don't jump too far ahead. You'll just run into things like I do. Oh, actually, we will grab the gravity boots. We're back at the clock, so that'll be good. So to get the gravity boots, you're gonna fly up here as a bat. And I believe it's the right side. Yep. Okay, so this is just like Richter, like I explained in the prologue. You're going to do down, up, and jump, and it'll do the super jump. Basically, it'll shoot you up really far. If you come in contact with the ceiling, it'll stop you, but it does have a set distance that it goes. Now, the hammer and the life apple, those are one-time use items that you cannot use. Those are meant for the fairy only. The hammer, she will use it to break you out of being in stone. And the life apple, she will use that to resurrect you. But she does have to be out. So if you want to be able to be rezzed, like saved from dying, make sure you have her out and about. So otherwise, you know, you will die. You can't do it like as you're dying. You have to make sure it's out before then. Okay, now I gotta remember where I need to be. That way. Okay. Had to get my bearings. Okay. So, if we're doing this route, next order of business would be getting the gold ring? Yes, gold ring. You could... Yes, gold ring is next. There is a glitch you can do in order to go get silver ring without going this route. First, which I can try to show that off once we get there. I haven't actually done the other glitch myself. So that would be more like advanced tech. So I'm going to show the more easier way first. And then I'll try and perform the other one if I can. So now that we have the Jewel of Open, we can actually go to the right side here. Okay, there's a little lightning effect I mentioned before, so little projectile things. There we go. Looks cool. I always like the Iron Shield. Favorite effect. So now we can go through blue doors. This is a pressure plate. Step on it. It will unlock the underground caverns. That is our next objective. And feel free as you travel throughout the castle, play with weapons. There are so many weapons and stuff in the game. There's no library card, tech potion, traveling. There's so much options and stuff you can do as you go through. And I went the wrong way. Okay, so after you hit the switch, you want to go left, not right, like I did. I gotta get back into the whole streaming mode. So I play this game so much and do it normally, but when talking and thinking about other things, it's throwing off. So I do have a lot of respect for a lot of those streamers that do everything that they do, you know, by heart and chat and stuff. So it takes a little bit to get used to everything. So there's a lot of the spirit guards in here. And as you can see with my luck, I've been getting more drops. More armor. Let's go ahead and save because it's been a little while. And if you watch my normal playthrough of the game, it'll show off where some of the more relic locations are. I am going to skip over some of them just to beat it quicker, so you can make some of these other areas a lot easier. And of course, the more fights you do, the more bosses you take out, the more levels you're going to get, and become a lot stronger to make everything else easier. So you do not have to fully take this route. I'm just showing the major parts of it. So this route is going to be going to a boss. You got lots of little things you can get here. There's a lot of meal tickets here, which is used for food, like I mentioned before. This, however, is the Moonstone. This is a good accessory, but it only works in certain parts of the castle. If it works, it raises all your stats. If it doesn't work, it does nothing. There's actually an opposite one called the Sunstone that works in the opposite locations of the Moonstone. It's whatever parts of the castle are considered night and day. I don't know all of them. To be honest, I just throw it on, and if it beefs me up, good. If not, oh well. So, as a thing I recommend. So, left side is the save room. If you come over here, it's also a save room, but obviously suspicious. This is actually a boss fight. Basically, you have a nightmare. So, I'm just going to go ahead and go into it. I'm not worried. We're going to kill her. So, but recommend, if you're new, go ahead, go to the left, save first, come in here.
Mother!
That voice! Alucard, it's you!
I'm coming, Mother! I'll save you!
No, Alucard! Don't come here!
But, Mother!
It's all right. If my death can save others, I gladly surrender my life.
Mother, no! Please, no!
Yes, Alucard. Watch me die, and remember always my last words to you.
Yes, Mother.
You must despise humans. They are to be your prey.
What?
Better for them to die than to let them compound their sins. Begin by slaying that one over there.
No, it wasn't like this.
What's wrong? Alucard.
My mother never said such a thing.
What do you mean? Kill them and bring them happiness.
No, you're not my mother. What kind of demon are you?
You broke free of my spell. I like that.
Demon, death is too good for you.
Come here, little boy, and show me what you got.
Okay, so now we have the succubus. She's relatively easy. You can jump and attack her is her main thing. Basically, keep an eye on her wings. When she does that spread like that, she's going to shoot those blood needles out. That's her main attack, and apparently this little thing that apparently curses you. I normally don't let her do that much. Normally she's already dead. So avoid those, because that's annoying. Because now I can't attack. This is her other thing. Oh, she has other projectile attacks. Okay. Okay, can I attack now? I can't. Okay. Basically, keep attacking until you find the actual live one. Alright. Get out the big guy. Attack. Alright. If you summon in the air, it's a lot better on her. Apparently that was really high. There we go. That should be better. There we go.
Darling, I smell your
So if you go
blood.
straight in, focus
You're
her,
a
she dies
vampire?
quick.
Could it be that strength, that beauty? You're the son of Lord Dracula.
Death in the dream world will set your soul wandering for eternity, demon.
Wait, I beg of you. Ah!
Also, if you go in with a sword where you can attack a lot quicker, especially like the a la carte sword or the holy rod, you can just keep jump slashing really quick. If you rush her real quick, it'll make her flinch a lot, and you probably won't even see her do that little pedal move and stuff like that. And if you keep attacking all the clones she makes real quick, you can quickly find which one's her and knock her out of it. And yeah, I didn't even know she had that little pedal curse attack. I think I've seen the fireball move a long time ago, but I'm used to just rushing her. And as I showed, you can just use the shield rod spell and murder her. I mean, any boss doesn't really stand a chance against that. Even the optional boss, Galamoth in the game, who has max life, which is 9,999, is the strongest boss, basically. I think technically Dracula has the same HP, but Galamoth does a lot more damage, is a lot more dangerous in my opinion. So both of those can be wiped out with that spell, pretty much no problem. So you could keep exploring down here. You can get relics in order to block water damage and stuff. I am going to skip over them. They are down there. To get one of them, you do need to get the merman statue first to bring the merman over here to get the thing to block water. Merman statue is the bottom left little dot there. That's where it's at if you want to go get that to not get hurt by water. I'm not going to worry about that. So, kill that. This block here, if you push it over, it will seal this leak. And that will kill these guys over here. So you can get through. You could actually run through as a wolf and dodge all their attacks. If you wait while they're still on screen, you'll watch them blow up, which is kind of funny. After that, they will not show anymore, which is kind of sad. I do wish you could pull the block away and have them reappear, but once you move a block in that position, it stays there. There has been a new nifty little thing that was left in the game by the developers that you can do. If you plug in a second controller and hit triangle here, it will trigger the bridge to break without doing the original trigger. Currently, I do not have my other PS3 controller handy. I have it packed away somewhere still, so I cannot show that off this time. I do believe... Actually, no, I haven't shown that off on any of my other stream. I believe I did it on my quick stream, but I do not believe it's still available on my Twitch. I don't believe I uploaded it to YouTube. I will check later tonight. and possibly upload it if it is still available. If not, I'll be making another playthrough, and I'll show that glitch off later. If you are playing on emulator, you can set up that control for player 2 controls for triangle. Set it to like another button that you have easiest access to, and you can trigger that without having 2 controllers. But this is how you normally open it. You will trigger this. It will make another one of those skeleton apes appear by that bridge we were just at. And if you get him close to the bridge, he'll throw a barrel at it. If it hits it, breaks the bridge. That's the next main area we're going. If you are doing this, though, if you have any of the familiars that attack, you want to turn them off for this bit, because they will attack him and kill him. He is very easy to kill. You can have it on when going this route, because you kind of need to leave the screen and then come back, because he does not turn around, so you need to reset and have him facing this way. And inch forward until you see his skull, and then just start inching forward. Keep him on the screen, but don't get too close to him. If you get too close, he will chuck that barrel. Alright, as long as you're touching the bridge, you're close enough, let him throw it, he'll break it, and it's done. And you only have to do this once. After that, it is considered broken for the rest of the game as soon as you save. So this will lead us to our next major item, if you're playing casually, that you definitely need. Alright, there is a save down at the bottom. I'm not going to utilize that. But if you want to save, there is a boss coming up in this next room. Next boss is Cerberus. Pretty much, duck and slash is your tactic. If you have the shield rod, just do that. And apparently I am messing up this a lot. And after a couple casts, he dies. But basically all he does is breathe fire. He does have a hopping attack, but if you keep rushing him, he normally doesn't do that. He can shoot the flames forward. Each of the 3 heads can shoot flames, and he does have an attack where he shoots flame at an up angle. So if you're up on these ledges, he can still shoot fire at you if he decides to do that attack. So be wary of that. That switch does lead to a secret area. You can't push it yourself, so you do have to use the demon familiar to trigger it. Unless you're allowed to trigger it with a spell, I don't believe so. As you might be able to cast Soul Steal, I don't think that'd work. Yeah, that doesn't hit it, so I don't think you're allowed to trigger it with anything. I don't even think the Soul Steal works on it. I could be wrong. That's something I need to look into. I'm not very good at doing that spell, so I'm not going to do that. These girls have a good bit of health, so if you want to kill them, that shield rod spell is very good. If you want to get into that room to get the demon familiar that triggers it, he's actually along this side over here. Those guys can be annoying. Just because they're annoying. I'm killing them. There you go. So there's the demon. Summon him out. He has a little spear. Just go up there with him, and then he'll eventually notice it, and he'll go stab it with his spear and unlock it for you. There we go. So you can see, you can use that to murder everything. And just to show off, you can use your shield on these flames as well. Through that hallway is another teleporter. Ow. Which we'll go ahead and unlock it now. Show off the other symbol. So this one down here is the snake for the bottom of the castle. So that is actually all the major teleporters, if I remember correctly. Yep, you have the starting, the one at the bottom, one on the right side for outer castle, the middle, and the top. And as a spoiler, if you don't know already, there is a second castle. There's the exact amount of teleport rooms in the opposite castle as well. Now, there is one slight difference actually. If you are playing the Sega Saturn version, there's actually one more teleporter. Back at the very castle entrance, there's another secret, well, yeah, basically secret area, extra area, called the Secret Garden. And there's a teleport inside there, which is a tiger, which I do have a playthrough on my YouTube for that shows that area off. Very fun. So if you check out my YouTube, check out the Sega Saturn version. I do a full playthrough and show off all the special areas and special items too. Which there was a few items that took a while to farm because some of them are enemy drops. So be wary of when I have to actually farm those because they were not dropping very easily. Nope, I will keep Axis. I like Axis. I do not need the other anymore. These are slimes. If you are using blades, it will actually guard it. But if you use blunt objects like the shield rod, you can actually hit them. That thing will shoot a big magical blast. Like that. It does a lot of damage. You can kill that top piece, which does that attack. If you do, the skeletons will run away. If you kill the skeletons first, they will set down that big head and then you can kill it. If you jump behind the head after killing the skeletons, it can't aim at you, can kill it easily then. This is the dark room I spoke of. If you go through here, you can't see anything as soon as you get far enough. But if you get that echo like we did, you can see the reflection. It will light up where all these spikes are. This whole room is filled with spikes. Be very slow. You can keep hitting the echo as much as you need to. Take your time. If you memorize the pattern, you can fly through here. You could try and watch speedrunners do this. Even some of the speedrunners mess up. Just be very cautious, very patient, and make sure you're completely over this. Turn back. Don't fly down. You step on it, it will light up the room. So after that point, you don't have to use the echo anymore. All these spikes will hurt you, so do not touch them. They deal lots of damage and they will combo you and murder you very quickly. But the main reason why we're coming through here is to get a solution for those spikes. We are going to get armor that we can wear in order to block spikes, which is very good. So as you can see, I broke the one skeleton and it's done. It's not visible in this very corner is a tiny food item, the pork bun there. And there was vases up there that give you food and stuffs you can grab. Oh, these guys actually can attack if you wait long enough. They do that, and they have some other crazy moves too. They can throw bones, and I think they have even some weird crazy attack too. Oh, I can block those. That's good. Don't you have some other attack? Yeah, he can actually run at you too. Most people don't know they can do that because they're pretty easy to kill, and most times they will die in 1 or 2 hits. But it's kind of interesting. One time I was like doing a playthrough and chatting with a friend, and it randomly attacked me, and I'm like, wait, I had no idea I could do that. But here is the spike breaker, and you got library cards. You can quickly get out of here, which is what I'm going to do. Actually, let's show off the spike breaker before I teleport out. But if you want to do things quicker, there is an optional boss that you could go after, which is I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's basically a big ball of dead people, also known as Legion in other games. I forget how to pronounce it. It starts with a G. It's like Gaffalon or something like that. That's what they call it in this version. But in other Castlevanias, they just call them Legion. So I like to call it Legion. It's easier to pronounce. Did I actually put on Spike Breaker? I did not yet. Alright, we're going to put on Spike Breaker. And Gold Ring's what we got from Succubus, which it has Wear Clock. And there's actually a another ring that mimics that called the Silver Ring. it says in tower, so altogether it says where in clock tower. That's what gives you the hint to where both those in the clock. So now we have the spike breaker. You can walk over spikes and it'll break them. It will save what spikes you break, so they will be gone if you break them all. So you could go through the whole room and break them all. There's a couple rooms in the castle that require you to break in order to get through. Alright, so we want the library card so we can get out of here quicker. Here, shield rod. Alright, and we're going to go to a teleport room, go back to the top, and work our way to the left, and we're going to show where to get the silver ring. Oh, I still don't have the run because I didn't go do that. Oh well. It's okay. It's not too long to get out of here. We'll just show off that you can run. Okay, that one comes out a little bit faster, so you can't completely run through the library without getting hit. Unless you kill everything. Oh, they chase you pretty far. Normally I kill everything. Nice thing about jump attacks, you can attack in the air, and as soon as you hit the ground, you can attack again. So it's a good way to get in multiple hits if you can't kill stuff in one hit. And here's the fog background that I mentioned. There we go. Ouch. If you time that wrong, you can get shot. You could actually block those with your shield as well if you want. Okay, so now we're going to use the teleporter. Okay, then we're going to work all the way to the left, because we're going to the map all the way to the left. See that gray area towards the top left? That is where the silver ring is. Which that room has spikes throughout it, and then it has a door or a gate you have to go through mist, and then it has the blue door that requires the jewel open. So there's three things you need to get through there. Technically, you can get through there without Spike Breaker, but you do have to have mist, and you do have to have the jewel open. Those are definite required if you're trying to skip items. Those two you need. Spike Breaker you technically can skip with glitches, which I will kind of somewhat try and show that off. No guarantees that it'll work. Let's grab the save room in case I mess it up, because spikes hurt a lot. Alright. Quick walk through a couple hallways. I'm used to going through here with swords instead of the shield rod. Just throwing off my timing a little bit. Alright. There we go, getting back to the flow of things. Alright, so this is the room. So technically, you can fly through here as the bat. Well, you have to zoom. The wings will count too. if you have Spike Breaker on. Let's see, because I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah, so you can fly through here as the bat. You have to be very careful doing the mist because you do not want to touch the spikes at all. And then you can go through as the bat again. And there's a place you can stop and get your magic back. Now, here's the hard part. You have to shift and keep holding forward in order to trigger the door without the spikes. Oh. Nope. Okay, I was wrong. Nope. Hold on. Alright. So, I thought you could automatically shift. Apparently not. Okay. So, alright, that was wrong. I know there's a way you can get through there without Spike Breaker. Hold on. I will show that off. It deals with using an item that heals you or does some type of effect. Do we still have Spike Breaker on? Okay, we do. Let's take that off. Alright, so shift. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to shift and automatically use an item like a potion. And that'll give you enough invincibility frames to get through. So if you have the duplicator, you can do that and get through there without getting Spike Breaker. So if you feel comfortable and you're on a second playthrough, that's the glitch. Otherwise, use the Spike Breaker as normal. Get through the hallway with everything as you saw. So let's go ahead and put our shield rod back on. So that shows off both ways. This gives you another cutscene with Maria.
So, did you find Ricta?
I don't know if he's the one you're looking for, but I found a Belmont.
Really? So he is here.
But the one I saw was the enemy. He was the lord of this castle.
That can't be true. You're wrong. I must go now.
And this happens to be another place in the castle we can sit in chairs. And here's the silver ring. So these are both the rings that you need for the center. Let's go ahead and throw that on so we have it. Oh, wait. Wait. Yeah, make sure you trigger the potion again if you're going back through, or use a library card, get out of here, or Spike Breaker armor. That way we can get back through here. I'm just going to do Spike Breaker because it's easier. Alright, now we're done with that. Yeah, you could do library card and just port around whatever you feel is the nicest, quickest way. Yeah, I need to go down. Because I didn't actually open up the other path, did I? No, I did not. So, yeah, we're going to have to go through the Coliseum. I did not open up the other shortcut. There's actually a lower left area of Orlox's quarters. You can open up a shortcut there. Since we did not, we're going this way. Another Arbor Lord. Bye. There we go. Cut through these guys. One more, so I'm gonna deal with the other one. Ouch. Still doing 23. That's pretty good damage. Alright. Ow. There we go. Ow. Yeah, be more patient with them. If you're not using a strong weapon, they do take a few hits. They do have knockback, but not very much, so just don't rush too far forward and cut yourself like I did. Almost to the clock. Alright. Really? I missed? There we go. I missed again? Okay. A lot easier to hit these guys for using a sword. Apparently the shield rod, you can actually swing behind them doing that angle. I normally get that, but apparently I'm out of practice. Not fun. Alright. You do not have to go into the room wearing both. You can put them on after you're in the room, but if you have them already ready, it'll trigger as soon as you get to this spot. And this will open the lower area. Okay, there is a save room and a life max and heart max up. I'm gonna go ahead and grab those so I have a little bit more power. I'm gonna skip over the save. Now, if you are playing the new Requiem version or the PSP version, I recommend doing the save because it is different and has an extra fight. Also, the Sega Saturn version has that extra fight. I will talk more about that after we get out of here, though. So you have this creepy place. You can go down either way.
Alucard?
That voice, Maria?
I'm sorry. You were right. He has joined forces with the enemy.
So it was a Belmont after all.
But someone must be controlling him. Whatever we do, we can't harm Richter.
But he must be stopped.
I know. Well, here. Take these with you.
What are these?
If you wear these, you can see beyond evil illusions.
Thank you. 'Tis best then if you pray for the soul of your friend.
Okay, so Maria was there. If you do the other versions, like I said, you will actually fight Maria. So definitely recommend the save beforehand. She does a lot of holy damage and a lot of ranged magical attacks. So using mist form and shifting and trying to block as much as you can is definitely recommended. Using that shield rod spell, very good against her. Does a lot of damage real quick. So be very careful. Alright, so let's see. Oop. Get back up here. If you want, you can library card to go up and get closer to that save room, or come back up, see if this is open. Go up to the other teleporters. We want to get back up to the top of the castle now. Is the next major thing. Because we're going to go see Richter. Oh, and if you want better stats, they're on better equipment, so you no longer need to have those on. Since this was open, I'll just go to this teleporter a little bit quicker than running back through the library. Alright. Oh, so the bat and the wolf have spells of themselves. The bat, you do not need anything special except for the bat form to cast it. Is the wing smash. So what you're going to do is you're going to be flying, you're going to hit and hold X, that's what the question mark is. And then you're going to do that input if you're facing to the right. If you're facing left, just change the directions to opposite. And then once you get to the end, let go of X, and you do that wing smash move. If you do it repeatedly in the air, you can keep doing it. It only has that distance as you saw when I did it. But you can constantly do it. If you're doing the Sega Saturn version, it will let you constantly wing smash until you stop yourself or you hit a wall, which is very nice. I wish they would have done that for the newer Requiem version, but with the PlayStation and all the other versions, you have to constantly redo it in the air. It's a good way to get speed, and it also does damage if you hit enemies. If it doesn't do enough damage to certain enemies, you can get hurt and knocked out of it. But you can go through a lot of enemies that way, I believe, and kill them, which is nice. If I grab the other wolf relics, I would show the other spell, but I'm going to skip over that for saving time. So we're going to go until we get to the lion, which is the top of the castle. Alright. Okay, so now we can get to the upper part here. Now, you could cut through the outer wall, see all that gray area along the right side. That is another part of the castle you can cut through, which is normal progression to get through up here. But we're skipping over that, so that is an optional area if you do this route. There is another boss in there that can get you more health. There's another relic over there and a bunch of other stuff. But that door is normally where you come through. And if you ride this little platform, it actually slowly moves up. It'll light up all these lights. But if you want to keep everything dark and spooky, you do not have to. That, and if you get off early, it will not light them all up. It'll only light up the ones that it passes. Now, there is a save room here. We will utilize that. Which, as you saw, there is an opening above. You can get another item up there. I believe it's a sword. Or no, we got the sword. This is the falchion. So it is a sword, though. Another sword. If you go up top right, that is the Ghost Familiar and some more items. You still have this secret that was just like in the prologue. So double tap that. If you have it off screen, when you walk over, this will already be out. If you come up far enough to actually see the opening, you'll actually see the staircase form. I'm used to hitting it too quickly and skip that cutscene. Well, not cutscene, but animation. And it is a little bit different items. You get a lot of food items in here, but the right side still gives you some items. You still get Resist Stone, Dark, Holy, and Platinum Ale, which is actually pretty good armor. Now there is a difference in this hallway too. This now has a heart max up instead of regular hearts like Richter got. As you can see, this hallway stops. As soon as you go beyond it, this is the Richter fight. So if you... I'll explain later.
I've been waiting for you.
Answer me. Why is a Belmont planning the resurrection of Count Dracula?
Count Dracula rises but once every century, and my role is over. If I can resurrect him, then the battle will last for eternity.
Okay, so he will do this if you shift into a mist form at the right time, which I did a little bit too early. You could block that move. When you're in this fight, you want to put on those holy glasses Maria gave you. That'll let you see magical curses. What I like to do too, I like to go back to a sword. You actually do not want, unless you want to kill Richter, that'll give you a different ending. But as you put the holy glasses on, you can see this orb. That is what's controlling him, making him evil and attack you. So basically be cautious and just keep attacking. You have to hit this thing like 10 times, I think. And then you'll free him. Or you can kill him and get the bad ending.
You've defeated me, but all is not yet lost. The resurrection of Count Dracula is at hand.
Okay, I don't know if it's specific, if you have to hit him once to get him for the bestiary. Just in case, smack him once. Otherwise, I guess there might be a slight chance he doesn't get in your bestiary. But if you are doing Requiem version for like PS4, Xbox, or PS5, that is a trophy to kill Richter for one of the endings, just so So you know if you're missing a trophy, that could be it. But this is how you get the better ending, save Richter, and go to the second castle.
No. What have I done?
Thank you, Alucard, for saving Richter.
Alucard? The same Alucard who fought alongside my ancestor, Trevor Belmont? That was over 300 years ago.
No time for small talk. Is the person who controlled you in that castle over there?
Yes, I think so.
Maria, take Richter and leave here. I'll finish this.
All right. Good luck.
Alright, and off to the second castle we go. And as you can see, everything is upside down. Literally everything. And all the secret rooms are identical and everything. So you can go down here and get some more free stuff. This gives you a lot of power-ups. Life max and heart max as well. So if you're playing casually, definitely come here and grab all this stuff. Royal Cloak is a better cloak. Oh, by the way, if you did the money thing, you could have bought the Joseph Cliff, which I did and forgot about. That's actually pretty much just as good as the Royal Cloak. Technically, Joseph's Cloak has one more point of Constitution, so it's good to have. Also, if you do the Joseph's Cloak, you can actually go in here for cloak color, and you can play with that and change all of it. We're going to do black and red, just kind of like that. If you want a different background color, you can edit this. Make that black. The last one here is for the reverse cloak, which is back at the shop, and it's cloak lining, where you can reverse the reversible cloak if you want all the different system options. That's your familiar menu. There's normally the fairy, the demon, the ghost, the bat, and the sword. If you're playing the newer Requiem version, or the PSP version, you can actually get the Saturn ones, which there's an extra fairy, extra demon. Also, if you're going into the randomizer, they did add those back in finally, which is nice. So you can actually get the alternate versions of those with those, which is very nice. Alright, continue on. So once you get to the second castle, this is the castle where Death actually hid all your items from when he mugged you from the beginning of the game. I'm not going to show off all of them. I'll show off a couple of them as I hit a couple. I'm not going to go to all the locations though, to save time. If you want to go through this quicker, you do not have to kill all bosses, but there are 5 bosses in the second castle you do have to take out in order to get the relics to open up where Dracula's at. This is one of them. This is the Darkwing Bat. He's pretty easy. Even without using this, you just jump and slash his body. He doesn't have a super amount of health. Especially if you come in throwing axes at him. You can hit him in the air. Very quick to take him out. This is the Ring of Vlad. One of the 5 that we need. If you want to be quick, you can back out, and then we're going to go after Medusa next. Also, if you go that route to the left, that is a dangerous route to get to the left side. So if you want to make things easier and not go that route, you can go the route that I'm choosing. Also, if you want to go back to the first castle, you have 2 options. Library cards get you all back to the librarian, or go back to where you teleported here originally, and you hold up in the right spot and it'll teleport you back, and you can go back and forth between the castles that time. And same as the other castle, hold tap up, this will move up and it'll teleport you to the next one. Unlike the first castle, you actually have to get back to the original entrance teleport to unlock it. This one, you only teleport to where you've been, so you can only get to the lion when you come here. But unlock it so you can get back to the beginning of the castle, get back out if you need more supplies or, different things. And, the further into the second castle you get, the harder it gets. So if you want to go back, heal, this is an easier place to heal than later on and stuff like that. So definitely hit all the teleporters you can, get you around easier, get you back to go back to the first castle if you want to go train or go search more or something like that. I am not very strong. Actually, I wonder if I can kill it better with the sword. Those tombstones, as you can see, move. I'm just that weak. Okay. They will curse you if they hit you, so try and be very careful. You duck and keep slashing and hopefully dodge them like that. Okay. I do recommend getting Form of Mist, which is back where we fought Richter. That open area, you can actually fly underneath that area, and that's where the Form of Mist is. And that will allow you to stay in mist form. It will eat up your magic really quickly, though, so be careful of that. But you do not take any damage while you're in mist form, which is good. This is Medusa. She is very easy. You don't even need to use the shield rod combo. I'm honestly going to go in with just my sword and slash her to death. All you want to do is get close, kneel, and swing away. Occasionally move a little bit forward and keep slashing, because that little line she's doing will turn you into stone if it hits you. Ow. There we go. I was a little clumsy, took a little bit of damage, but as you can see, she's pretty easy as long as you don't let her hit you with that. So, mainly I ran into her sword. It would have turned me to stone if she would have hit me with it. If you put the mirror armor on against her, she won't turn you to stone. So, as soon as you grab this, that's the Heart of Vlad. That makes it so you cannot be cursed. Each of the Vlad relics do give you a stat boost. Hers avoids curse. The ring gives you a little bit more intelligence. And I'll show off the others as we get them. Alright. As you go back in, if you don't have Form of Mist, easy, just fly through here. You can avoid everything. Everything's low in these rooms. Those panthers, you can kill them, but most of the time they turn into like a weird liquidy form and move away. So I just avoid them. Later on, once you can kill them from a distance, they do have some good item drops, but it's kind of hard to kill them. Those are balloon pods. You hit them, they explode, and a lot of pollen that likes to poison you. So I just avoid them. And this is where it starts getting crazy. Those archer dudes will spawn and shoot arrows. So just be very cautious as you fly around. If you're in the bat, you're fast enough to kind of maneuver through all these stuff. Now in this castle, you could actually get through here without unlocking it. In the normal castle, there's a switch you have to hit right here to break a statue and have it slide down and unlock it, but in this castle it's already unlocked, so you can cut through and go through the reverse Colosseum. Or, sorry, not Colosseum, Orlox's quarters. There's a secret here, also in the other castle. In the other castle, this is where one of the relics are. Depending on what version you're doing, it's either the Nose Demon or the sword. Ouch. I messed that up. Oh god. Come on, move. Okay, that works. I don't want to fight you. I'm very weak. There we go. Yeah, if you fight through as you go through, you can level up pretty decently. Since I'm not fighting as much, I am not getting as much experience. As you can see, this is taking a long time for me to kill anything. Ooh, that was lucky. Also, I did not grab the relic that shows me how much damage I'm doing, so I might be extremely weak right now. Let's... yeah, I'm gonna go save before I take out the next boss. That, and I should put on the shield rod, since I don't have any of the other really high damaging items. And of course, if you went and did the duplication glitch and on your or not duplication, the money glitch, and on your second playthrough, you could just use your one-time use items like crazy and spam your way through everything and not have to worry. But if you're on your first playthrough, continue on. You can do the shield rod spell. It's very useful. Or even if you did the money glitch, you could have bought some one-time use things, a lot of them at least, and use them decently against the bosses and stuff. Or if there's any enemies that give you a lot of trouble, knock them out of the way with it. So this is another one of the major bosses you gotta take out. The mummy, also known as Aquidon 2 or whatever. Shield rod spell, very easy. Just don't touch the green. It is poisonous gas. I don't remember if it actually poisons you or it does curse or both. Either way, don't touch it. And as you can see, the bosses are getting a little bit stronger, but 3 casts, he's dead. And as you saw, I haven't been leveling all that much. So the more you level, the stronger that spell gets and more damage. So another item, the Rib of Vlad. I believe that's the Constitution one. Yeah, plus 10 Constitution. Alright. Onward. Alright, so we got 2 more Vlad relics to go. And then we can go beat the game. Dodge. Nope. We are going to put on the Spike Breaker. In this castle, remember any rooms that had spikes on the ceiling. Remember when I mentioned that the first time around? It is now on the floor because of the reverseness. So Spike Breaker is actually useful again in this room. Note, if you come back through here and you have already broken all the spikes, this is one of the rooms, oddly enough, the spikes will come back. So keep that in mind. Alright. Up. There we go. Oop. Okay, the super jump, you can do it multiple times. There is a little bit of a mechanic to it. You can do it once, and then you will have your double jump. After the double jump, you can continue to trigger it after that. If you are doing the randomizer and you do not have the leap stone for double jump, you will not be able to do the super jump multiple times in a row. So if you were to unequip your leap stone, you would not be able to do the multiple super jump. Keep that in mind. Okay, this is where things are getting a lot more dangerous. That big orb, you can stand underneath it, but if you jump and it starts hitting you, it does massive damage. These enemies have a lot of health too, so be careful. Skeletons, not so much, but the big guys, be wary of. This is a room that I like to use this a lot in order to take them out. You could also fly through this room as a bat. Just make sure you don't come down until you're at the end. If you go through here quick enough, you can go through as the bat. Do not take your time though. That is a big sword. You touch any of it, it will hurt you for lots of damage. That is one of the strongest guys, damage-wise. And the only way to do damage to him to kill him is hitting the handle only of the sword. And every time you hit it, he does do a knockback, and his sword moves with him, and if you touch it, it will hurt you. He's very dangerous. Be careful. Okay, now we're at the reverse. Just like the other castle, you can get into this side too, but you need the stopwatch to unlock it. It's got some, I think some resist items and stuff like that. Nifty thing, down here, you have all the sub-weapons in the game. So if you don't have the stopwatch, you can come grab it. Yeah, I think it is every one of them. Yeah, it should be all the sub-weapons. So you can come down here and grab it, and then you can come back down, grab whatever you want. If you want to try any of the sub-weapons, that's a good place to grab and switch out. Like I said, lightning gun, diamond you throw around, the cross. Alucard and Richter both use this differently. Richter can throw this and use it for like a couple of hearts. Alucard, when he uses it, it does the big holy cross special, which costs you 100 hearts. He does not have the small throwing cross ability, so this is very expensive, very situational, and it's 100 every time you use it. I do not recommend it unless you have the duplicator plus the heart refresh to keep refilling your hearts. It is very powerful, but honestly, all the other relics, you can use them a lot more times, especially if you miss or whatnot. A lot more useful. Holy water is kind of like the ashes. You throw it on the floor just as a little flame instead of the ashes. I believe the holy water hits for more times and also does more damage, so I'd recommend holy water over ashes. If you do randomizers, these can be put in many locations, so it's good to know how all of them work, and I already showed off the others, so that way you all know. Richter is very different. He can use all of them regular, and he has a special with all of them. I will do a Richter playthrough and show those off eventually, so be on the lookout for that eventually. Okay, this is a very dangerous room. This guy is the, I believe it's called the Great Lord? No, that is the Final Guard, actually. That's his name. There's a different one that's called Great Lord. But he is the strongest normal enemy and gives the best experience. So if you want to train and level up, use the Shield Rod spell against him and do it multiple times till he dies. Be wary of that sword, does lots of damage. Also, green skeletons, very dangerous. That laser will do over 100 damage when it touches you. Very deadly. Be very careful how you get through here. There's also those skeletons throwing bones. They will knock you out of bat form. It's very dangerous. Also, the floor has moving mechanical spikes. They do lots of damage. They are in the corners. As soon as you touch down, they will... you know what? I'm going to kill the skeletons, get them out of the way to show this off. Okay. Be very quick if you're going to do it, but they do that, and they will do lots of damage, and they are everywhere. As you can see, knocking out a bat form. Very annoying. So, I always fly through here as a bat. It's a lot safer. These are the stone skulls. You cannot kill them. They are invincible. You do want to hit them once for your bestiary. A nice thing, if you have a weapon that hits them, that gives you life, you can constantly hit them and it will give you life back. There's one sword in the game that does do that. That sword guy that I told you to avoid because he's very big and annoying and powerful, he's the one that drops that sword. It's a rare drop. It's called the Mornblade. Everything you hit gives you 8 health from it, which is very good. So if you do farm that and go hit those guys, you can get your health back to full, which is pretty good. So you can see you got those thorn bushes in here that like to grow, and those jack-o'-bones that like to throw those bone jacks everywhere. But if you fly through here as I'm doing, you can avoid all of it, as long as you're careful and don't run into those stone skulls. So you can see, if you want to be casual and get through the castle easy, bat form is your friend. Okay. This guy is a very good guy. If you have beaten the game, he has a drop that is called the Ring of Varda. If you get one, it is extremely good. To me, it's like the best accessory you can get. It increases all your stats by a good amount. Honestly, they are not too hard to kill with a sword. The shield rod's just a little bit short on the range, is why I use the spell on them. That drop will only drop if you have a clear file already, or if you've beaten the game. That'll unlock, otherwise, if you do not have a clear file, they will only drop the turquoise instead. Their other item is the gauntlet. The turquoise will count as their second item until you clear the game. Once you clear the game, then you can farm it. It is a really rare drop though, so having as much luck or the rare drop ring equipped are the best ways to have those and get that. He does appear in the first castle as well, in the Colosseum, but that's the best place to farm him because there are 3 of them. And this is the creature, this is the next boss we need to kill for a Dracula item. The only downside to him, he moves around so much, it is hard to get lots of hits on him with this spell. So make sure you're jumping over him so you don't get hit. There you go. Honestly, if you're casual, he could be one of the most dangerous for you. Alright. Now he is gone. I believe his gives you a little bit of attack. Yeah, plus 10 strength. So we need one more Vlad relic in order to get to Dracula. Alright, so let's get the shield potion. And it's a good idea to go unlock the teleporter down there if you want to play through and beat the whole game so you can get around pretty easy. I'm not going to worry about that. I am going to go get this save though. I need the range. I do not like being able to not attack them. Yeah, there we go, 2 hits. That's probably critical though. 3 hits. Yeah, if you're playing normal, I would recommend getting the Spirit Orb, which is back at the first castle. I avoided it to save time. If you're playing casual, I recommend having it so you can see how much damage you're doing. And then you can reference the Librarian, gives you a bestiary for everything. As long as you've killed it once, you know how much health they have. Then you can kind of gauge how much health and how many hits you're going to need to kill everything. Like right now, I can't see my damage, so I'm kind of guessing whether it's always 3. It seems always 3 right now. But that could be getting critical hits a lot since I'm wearing the... Actually, I don't have the luck anymore, do I? No, I don't. I guess I'm getting luck from the Moonstone right now, so that's helpful. But soon we'll go get the Alucard sword. Because the Alucard sword's being blocked by the last boss that we need to take out. And it's from the very guy who mugged us in the first place, Death. He is blocking the sword. You could get all the other items that you started with. Okay, most of the other items you started with before you get to death. The armor is back by the mummy. The dragon helm is actually in the castle. It's not Castle Keep. It's like the outside area that leads to Castle Keep. Since we didn't go there and need a castle, I'm forgetting what the name of it is. But in the upper area where you get Fire Bat, the reverse location has the Dragon Helm. The Twilight Cooks is where the silver ring was, reversed area. The shield is actually in the reverse water area, so you could get that before death, technically. Then once you get to death, you can get the sword. Then in the reverse catacombs, where we got Spikebreaker armor, the necklace of J is there. It's a necklace that gives you +5 defense. It's an okay accessory. Honestly, there's a better replacement and other better items I'd recommend over it. So, but if you want the full equipment that you technically started with, yeah, 2 of them are blocked by that. Alright. Going this way, just bat through it. You can't really make all the jumps. Normally, you could use the super jump to get through here, but bat works easy. Oh, and the shield is up this way too. Or maybe I mentioned that. I don't know. Honestly, getting the a la carte shield with the shield rod is one of the other best shield rod spells you could do. If you want to be really overpowered, that's what I'd recommend. The iron shield is actually good enough to take out everything. When I was younger, I didn't know about the a la carte shield being overpowered like it is. I didn't learn that until after the days of YouTube and people showing it off. Because the way it looks, it doesn't really look like it does a spell, but we'll show it off. In this version, you're going to fight another doppelganger. So, this will actually show off a little bit better how he works. Because I don't believe... Oh, you can pause the second form too. Haha, okay. If you come back with the stopwatch again, you can beat him up again. I didn't think it worked on the second one. It does. So, he is technically optional. I'm going this route to show off the shield. Actually, I don't think the shield's this way. We'll see what's over here. Let's see here. Yeah, lots of squids here. I recommend turning into the bat swap down here so you can dodge all those. This is a good farm area if you're going to do an optional sword. No, this is the Dark Blade. So that's good against Holy. There's not too many enemies that are weak towards Dark that are considered Holy. But these also are bleeding enemies. There's a sword in the game you can get that lets you have the Dark Metamorphosis spell on constantly, where you get to heal by blood, and it actually levels up. It's kind of like a vampire sword. So you could actually keep training it, and as long as you're actually healing damage with that ability, it gains experience and gets stronger. So technically you can basically make the best sword in the game down there. I've never powered it up that much to try it, but it is a thing. Alright, so this is another one of the areas that you can get a good item. This is either the last bat relic or it's the shield. I want to say this is probably the bat relic. Where is... I didn't pick up any bombs, did I? No. Uh-oh. Elixir. Can my javelin get through and stab her? Where's the javelin? Javelin. I know I grabbed a javelin. There we go. There we go. Ow. Alright, let's go back to the star. There you go. If you're quick enough to hit before her vines go up, you can kill her, but her vines will block a lot of the items. Yeah, if you did not grab the item to block water damage, you will take some water damage over here. As long as you're not in it for a long period of time, you'll be okay. It just slowly ticks down. You could also avoid this by being shorter and walking through as a wolf. But since I skipped everything. Oh hey, bombs. Okay, we can now explode everything. So that's neutron bomb. I could blow up everything. Nope, that was the bat. Okay. I am a lot more familiar with the first castle than I am the second castle. I know all the item locations, but to know exactly where everything is, it's a little bit different. You know what? This bomb is not as powerful as I thought it was. It kind of sucks. Ow. Alright, let's go back to the Flame Star. There's much better bomb type items. Extra elixir. There we go, extra level. There we go. Also, if you want more heart refreshes, those Venus Weed ladies, they drop it. If you want to get that for your duplicator to use all your sub-weapons as much as you want. Alright. Perfect. Yeah, keep in mind all your stars will get stopped by candles, so throw a lot more if you think. There we go, another level up. Okay, almost to death. Remember where we fought Cerberus? That is where death is in the reverse castle. Good news is you do not have to break the bridge on this side. So I'll go up here. Alright, one difference in this room, you actually get to fight Gaibon again. Ow. They are just as strong as before, so not too bad, especially since you've been through a lot more. Just a little bit more annoying since you don't have as big of an area to fight them in. So there we go. Alright, we're gonna save just in case I mess up death. Most likely not, but just in case. Didn't mean to do that, but whatever. Also, you got Slowgrow over here. Alright, now we get death again. Alright.
So, you've made it this far. In the name of your father, cease this foolishness.
Not while there's a breath in my body.
Then for the master, I'll feast on your soul this night.
Okay, so we'll show off the shield rod combo against him. Obviously, with Duplicator, you could take him out fairly easily. But we'll show off this route. See, you already took him out in 2. He will transform. Go ahead and ready another one. If you stay on this platform, you can definitely get him with it. And it should take like 2 or 3 of them. Yep, 2. So even taking out Dathu is one of the last majors you gotta get before going after Dracula. That gives you the Eye of Vlad. And what does that one do again? Is plus 10 luck. So that's the required relics you have to get. Let's go ahead and grab Alucard's sword. Okay, lots of little bats. They're just there to annoy you. Oh, that's the teleporter. It's the other side. That's right. Reverse castle, reverse side. Alright. Now we get Alucard's sword back. Big damage. Wait, that's the wrong one. That's Alucard. I need Alucard. Alucard, there we go. Up in damage, 89. Now we got our teleport move back. Perfect. Alrighty. So we'll use this for a little bit until we get to the final area. Even though it's not going to be that long. Alright, so we're going to go to the goat teleport to get us back towards the center of the castle. Goat. Alrighty. Bing. It's a good way to dodge him. Just teleport away if you happen to have the sword. Alright. I will show off how you damage him. So, see how you hit the handle? He bounces back. He will always go that direction. So make sure you do not touch that sword. It will hurt a lot. And then he dies and explodes. He will drop the item if he drops an item from the top of the handle. So keep that in mind. If you fight him in the reverse Colosseum, there is an area where you can fight one over a pit to a different room. The item can drop down there, so try not to fight him over that pit or you could lose that rare drop of his. He actually has 2 drops. Most enemies have 2 drops. One is that sword that gives you health. The other one is like a bracer or belt or something called the Covenant Stone. And that will be plus 15 strength, which is really good. So once you have all 5 Vlad relics, come up here. We'll trigger the opening for this. Wait for this to open. I'm going to save. I will show you killing the final guards, and then we'll go up and fight Shaft and Dracula. Alright, save. I believe the other side has a life max up, maybe? Heart rush. Okay. So, using the shield rod. Now, just like the armor lords that were from the first castle and stuff, they do have a fire attack, and it does a lot more damage, and it's blue flame. If there is one item in the game that you can wear that lets you heal from fire damage, so if you have that, very good idea to have on here. He does a lot of damage, but you can even kill him with that move. They give you a lot of experience, so if you constantly keep killing him, and it's the same on the opposite side. There are two final guards, and there'll be one of the other armor dudes. This side will have the guy with the big combat knife. The opposite side will have the hunter with the swords. If you keep running through both halls doing that move, you will gain levels. If you want to get max level, that's the best way to train to get through. Especially if you get to the point where you have this save room unlocked, you can constantly refill your MP, save a few times in case you mess up. That's the best way to train. Alright. Here we go. So you can fly or do the super jump to get through here. As soon as you hit the middle, it will automatically make you jump. So if you want to get more map, you can drop and go around, then drop down. If you want to get the full 200.6%, you want to have a library card before you do this fight. You want to kill Shaft and hit Dracula, then use the library card to get those last couple spots for the map, just as a tip. So we got the shield rod, we'll kill him with that.
You have done well in making it this far. I would expect no less from the son of our master.
So you are the one who was controlling Belmont?
Yes. I am the dark priest called Shaft. This world must be cleansed in the forge of chaos.
Why did you make Belmont lord of this castle?
For centuries, vampire hunters have defeated evil with holy power. But if two vampire hunters were to fight each other...
But Belmont's power is supreme among vampire hunters. None other could defeat him.
Exactly. That's why I removed him as a threat, by making him into lord of this castle.
But your plan has failed.
Has it indeed? We'll see what happens after I destroy your weak human side.
Alright. Once he starts moving, you can cast it. Those little green orbs will cast spells off them, so watch out for what they're doing. Obviously a fire. There's a lightning and an ice spell too.
Oh! No!
You claim to love the darkness. Go then and dwell there for all eternity.
But my goal is achieved. Count Dracula has come to purify this corrupt world with the searing flames of chaos.
So if you stand close near the corner, you can kind of dodge the fire if you deal down like that. The lightning will go all the way across the room and move up and down, so that one you want to go mist form to block. I don't remember how the ice spell works, so I'll talk about that.
Father.
Well met, my son. It's been a long time.
I was hoping we would not see each other again. I can't allow you to leave here, Father.
You have ever been the ally of humans. Have you forgotten what they did to your mother?
Think you I would forget such a thing? No, but neither do I seek revenge against them.
Still uttering the same nonsense. No matter. Now is the time to put aside your weak human side and join me in remaking this world!
Dracula, in the name of my mother, I will defeat you again!
Behold my true form and despair!
Alright, we got Dracula. As I was saying, the ice spell, I don't know exactly how it works. I haven't seen it in so long to know how it works, but maybe the next playthrough will show that off, how it works. But yeah, Dracula, pretty easy if you use this spell. Keep casting it. It'll do lots of damage. So, pretty much you can spam kill him pretty quick. When he does this, get to one side, he's going to shoot a beam. Once he starts shooting, just run, double jump. You can easily avoid that. There we go.
Go back whence you came. Trouble the soul of my mother no more.
How is it that I've been so defeated?
You have been doomed ever since you lost the ability to love.
Sarcasm. For what profit is it to a man if he gains the world and loses his own soul? Matthew 16:26, I believe. Tell me, what were Lisa's last words?
She said, do not hate humans. If you cannot live with them, then at least do them no harm. For theirs is already a hard lot. She also said to tell you that she would love you for all of eternity.
Lisa, forgive me. Farewell, my son.
And there you have it. Dracula taken down with the shield rod. So as you can see, once you get the shield rod, things become pretty easy if you want to beat this casually and take out the bosses. You can go and train, figure out how weapons work. I will be doing a showcase of all the specials you can do with all the weapons. Hopefully sometime soon, so keep an eye out for that playthrough. And we'll do some randomizer playthroughs, a couple of story playthroughs. There will be one more cutscene, then credits. After credits, I will go back to the file just to show what level I was when I beat it. So you can see I rushed kind of through, so you can beat this pretty low level.
So you made it.
Alucard, I'm glad you're all right.
I'm sorry. 'Tis my fault you had to fight your own father.
Fear not. I had my own reasons for destroying him.
It must have been painful for you.
Indeed. But you must always remember that the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing.
I understand.
Alucard, what will you do now?
The blood that flows in my veins is cursed. 'Twould be best for this world if I were to disappear forever.
I see.
Farewell then. We'll not meet again.
Alucard?
Don't you want to go after him, Maria?
No, it's best this way. I can't ease his torment. Someday, perhaps, we will meet again. And on that day, maybe.
I see.
Let's go. Everyone's waiting for us.
Yes. Let's get out of here.
And there you have it. There's actually a couple different versions of the ending. You have that one. You have the bad ending where you kill Richter. Then it goes based off percentage. If you get close to 200, I believe it's a little bit different. And if you get the 200%, there's another ending where she actually chases after him. So, also the ending where if you kill Richter and wear the holy glasses, it's a little bit different. If you kill Richter without the holy glasses on, it's a little bit, so there's two different kills for that. So there's a couple variations of that ending. I don't think you're allowed to skip the credits at all. No. That is one thing I wish they put in. Even with a clear file, you can't skip. One different version. In this, they actually have the song with the credits. In the newer Requiem version, it's just a different music, which I find very weird that they don't use the credits music in the newer version. So, but yeah, we'll be doing more playthroughs soon. I'm going to be starting to get back into streaming again. So if anybody would like to join the Discord, just look on the about page of my Twitch there. It'll have the link for Discord. It'll have YouTube links as well if you want to go and see some other streams of mine in the past. I am going to be redoing some of my playthroughs with a newer layout and hopefully have a bit nicer quality and stuff. I also am affiliate, so if you want to help support me, subbing, doing any donations, I have all that info on my about page or on my Discord. I have Patreon set up, Cash App, and all that fun stuff. So any little bit helps, or even just a follow here or following over on YouTube so you can see more videos. Just gets me out there more and stuff so I can stream more. I hope everybody enjoyed. And like I said, we'll show the level in just a little bit. Do have plans on doing some Metroid soon, Legend of Zelda, some randomizers for both of those. There's also a combo randomizer with both of those games. I have done that before and plan to do some more of that. Hoping to set up a stream for Hero Quest, which is a tabletop board game, which I like a lot. If you're paying attention in the bottom right, I have my little ads going, showing off some different things, which that is showcased there. Also have a picture of dice there, because I do tabletop games, and I'm also in the process of kind of creating my own tabletop system, which I call ARC. If you want to know more about that, feel free to check out my Discord. I'll have info there, and I actually have a separate Discord for that as well if you want to learn more about that. Interested. Probably going to try and set up some trials and see if people want to play test of that with me and stuff. So if any of that interests you, definitely let me know. Join the Discord and can chat more. Everything like that. So we're going to try and do back to my hopefully setup for my stream schedule. Mondays for Metroidvanias, Tuesday for tabletop games. Wednesdays will be my wacky Wednesdays for some like weird and wacky games. Thursdays will be throwback Thursdays where I'll try and focus on retro games. Fridays would be more of like freaky and fun games. That'll be more like the spooky horror type games. Saturdays and Sundays will be kind of up in the air, like days off, or just some random streams to relax. Or if we get into people wanting to request certain games, I can have that be like a Patreon reward. If people want to request, I can do those on the weekends. Otherwise, Sundays will be kind of like the relaxed day game. Saturday will be probably like a focused for whatever subscriber type thing. Maybe we'll set that up eventually, but hopefully everybody enjoyed that, and we'll quickly show off what level we were here. So, loading. So odd, I completed, I guess I got up to level 40. So, if you get up to at least around level 40 doing that strategy, you can clear the game fairly easily. I did have a little bit of difficulty being clumsy and stuff, but you could definitely train more and get up higher level using more items, taking your time. Also, having familiars help you do damage. You could have the fairy out to heal you and revive you. Obviously, you don't have to explore all the castle. I had about 80% of the castle explored. But to show the difference, 200.6 is the max percentage for map. This is my other file where I actually trained up manually and earned all that money. In that shield rod room, constantly getting money and stuff like that, and then selling stuff and everything like that. Even that file I got and trained up after killing Dracula. You don't have to be level 66. I was actually training to get all of the familiars up, which on that file I still don't have all the familiars maxed, and I can run through the game and just murdering everything. But we'll be doing another stream soon showing off like how all the familiars are and getting the max level and everything like that, and all the items. I do have a file with all items, the full bestiary, and everything, so we'll be showing that off soon. But I hope you all enjoyed the stream. This has been my casual strategy playthrough to get you through knowing the money glitch and getting through with a little bit easier time if you're just wanting a clear. Because as soon as you have a clear file, you can make a new file and start using codes. That is the code for luck mode. It is a harder mode because it lowers your stats but gives you 99 luck, so you can get item drops easier, but it does make it challenging. You also have a, if you put in Richter, you can play as Richter mode. There's also X armor, which gives you X armor to start. And if you're playing any of the other versions, Requiem, the PSP, or Sega Saturn, you can also play as Maria. This is the regular PlayStation version. It does not have that available, sadly. That was only for Sega Saturn, Requiem, and PSP. So, but another neat thing, depending on where you save in the game and your percentage, the icons will change. There's a lot of different ones. You can see Dracula's one. You got the flying bat with the moon, hammer and stake for one, the one where it cycles through the three main characters, skeleton laughing, eyeball, you got the skull lighting up, you got the little Konami man, little film wheel, and the castle with lightning in the background. There might be more icons, I can't remember. Might look those up and make more files just to show that off eventually, but that is that. I hope you all have a good night, and we'll catch you next stream. Odd Butler, heading out.